welcome to the Film Vomit Podcast. DJ's dying.
Hi.
My name is Mac Taylor.
My name's CJ.
And today, before we get into what we're about to get into, I just want to give everybody a brief update. It's our first podcast of 2019. I'm so excited. Also, we're about to go through some changes. First of all, this is going to become 2 because we're getting on board. So we're going to be able to mic it and look a little fancier. So we're not like basically just like face to face with each other.
How are you doing?
Yeah, we're not that all the time. Also, I hope you don't like this background that we have going on behind us because DJ's Man Cave is almost near maybe completion. So
2 more weeks,
when we get that done,
It'll be good to
you
go.
will see us in the Man Cave, in the new podcasting studio. Hi, Allie. The new podcasting studio. So excited for that. A lot of change is going to be happening this year. So I just wanted to go ahead and reiterate that. A lot of things going to be
It's
changing.
gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a lot of
It's gonna
fun.
be a good year.
We have, I think, 54 slated podcasts, not including this one.
Yeah.
It's
busy.
busy year on top of our film schedule like we would normally have, which we will have. Well, I will definitely have you some. All right, on to what we are talking about today, and this is a little different. We were going to do Tombstone, but our Tombstone shirts
Are not in yet.
are not in yet. So we decided to do something a little bit different. And we're going to talk about the films we are looking forward to most
Coming out in 2019.
for 2019. Yes.
And a few.
And also, we're going to go over our 5 ones that we are not looking forward to or very
Or
skeptical.
just skeptical. Mine's more of skeptical.
Mine is pissed. I'm just pissed.
Like, why is this a movie?
Like, why is this being made? But it's whatever. So should we start with the 5 bad ones?
Yeah, let's do the 5.
Because I would like to get my pissed offness out of the way.
So
I don't
we
want to
get
end
off
the
the
night.
we can get to the happy
Yes,
notes.
because I don't want to end the
Happy
night
Tree
pissed.
Friends.
Yes, that's fun. I love Happy Tree Friends. And there's a lot of things coming out this year that
There's a lot of movies. There's even some that don't have very much information, but just
Yes.
the plot line and the cast alone.
everything is going to be very up in the air right now. There's just winds of
Especially
talk.
later on in the year.
Yeah,
Like up to July, we have a pretty good idea.
pretty solid formation. But after that,
everything has
we get a lot of
information, but after
untitled
that, it's,
shit.
Stuff that just has a few plot roles and characters.
but even the whispers,
are solid.
and they garner enough excitement to become a shout. All right, DJ, why don't you go ahead and hit us up with your honorable mention for the one you were most skeptical of?
So your 5 and honorable mention is the ones you're pissed off about. Mine are ones that I want to see, but I'm very skeptical about.
Yes.
This is the one that I'm skeptical about, but I'm the least skeptical about.
Okay.
And it's the Pokemon Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
All righty.
At first, I was like, why is this being a movie? And then when I found out Ryan Reynolds is playing Pikachu, I was like, all right. You can't go wrong. And then the humor of it, the trailer for it it convinced me. That
Yes, it had amazing trailer.
So, but I'm still not sold.
Mm,
I still have to.
I see a little more.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
iffy,
watch it
yeah,
and
like
see what
it's-
the hell.
It has a good idea and everything, but it's just, the
I've
fact
been
that it's
fooled
a
by
Pokemon
trailers
Detective
before.
Pikachu movie
Yeah,
still just doesn't.
I've been fooled by trailers before. I
Yeah.
thought things
Oh,
were gonna
yeah.
be good. The Predator.
The Last Airbender.
Oh, poor DJ. One day we'll talk about that. We should have tried to talk about it this year because DJ's. Most people hate The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, that's pretty solid, but like DJ's distaste for it is like through the roof.
Angering.
So, hopefully we'll talk about that one day. Any other thoughts on your?
I really want to see. I can't wait for the next trailer to come out so you can get a little more story to it. But it looks like it can be good, but I'm not completely convinced that it's going to be.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. My honorable mention for movies that I'm pissed off about that are being made is Grudge. Yes, this is a reboot of the Grudge series of
I don't
3
understand.
films which is an American version of a Japanese film series called,
So it's
I believe,
already a reboot.
yeah, it's already a reboot of a Japanese series, I believe, called Jun-Un or something like that.
Jun.
Juan,
It's like
Juan,
Ju-dash-O-N.
something like that.
However you want
And
to say
I've
it.
seen both the American
not
and the
seen Juan.
Japanese. Well, one of the Japanese. I didn't watch all of the series. I would love to. They were good.
Yeah.
This is just so fucking unnecessary. It doesn't need to exist.
I didn't know that was even a thing that wasn't on my list at all when I looked up. So I just kind of like since it's like, why is that coming out? I mean, the Grudge movies, like I know I saw the first one. I don't think I saw the other two because the horror movies, are not my thing.
Right.
So that alone, it's just kind of like, why? Like I know the Grudge movies did good.
Yes.
Like if it was a continuation, that's great. But they're rebooting it. How are you going to reboot?
It's a reboot of an Americanization of a Japanese.
It's a reboot.
That's way too long of a sequence.
That makes no sense.
Why wouldn't?
That's angering.
If they really had to make another Grudge movie, why couldn't it just be like what they did with Rings, where it's like still a
Grudges.
sequel?
Grudges.
Grudge Eye.
Grudge Eye.
I don't know what's the plural? It is grudges.
Grudges.
Yeah. So just grudges. I just figured it'd be funny if you call it
Grudge
Grudge
Eye.
Eye. Grudge Eye. That kind of sounds like it'd be a Japanese title.
Yeah.
Grudge
A
Eye.
little bit. Grudge. Or the Egyptian.
Ooh,
Magi.
yeah.
Magi.
But I'm this is at the bottom. There was a big list of things I was like, oh,
There was
shit.
like this one that if I was going to be pissed off about, which I'm just
He's
Dora
gotta
the
throw it out.
Explorer is coming out with a movie by Michael Bay. What the fuck?
No one asked for that.
What?
Nobody
First
asked.
of all, it's a Dora the Explorer movie. Second of all, directed by Michael Bay. Are we going to see Booth laying on the sidewalk with his legs blown off?
Dora. And he's got a deep ass voice. Dora, you've got to avenge me.
What? I'm not going into that.
And
That's just a
Dora
totally
pulls a
different
Glock out of
thing.
backpack.
Why is Michael Bay directing?
I'm the
Dora
Glock.
Explorer?
I'm the Glock. I'm
And
the
not
Glock.
only that, who was playing Swiper that I was so upset about?
Go ahead.
I can't remember.
Benicio.
Benicio del Toro is playing Swiper.
Which just seems unnecessary. It'd have been funny though if they'd have put like
Swiper, no swipe.
Antonio Banderas Swiper.
That would have been
It's like a bad version of Puss in Boots. I don't know. I would
or
like
just
that.
have Antonio Banderas play Boots.
But it just we didn't need another Grudge movie. No one asked for one, and the Grudge 3 was shit. So it's like I don't really understand. There was no demand for it, and it was probably not going to make much money
I don't feel like it will.
because
I
the
mean,
third one was like direct to video. So
I know that
no one's
The Grudge did good, like in theaters.
At
it wasn't-
first.
but it wasn't like
a huge success.
success.
It wasn't
So,
like how the new
Like
Halloween or like It or things like it wasn't like groundbreaking financial success. So I don't understand why we need more of something we didn't ask for.
they're getting desperate and grasping for straws. Like somebody's like, man, I really need a movie idea. What do I do? What's a movie that came out 10 plus years ago?
What's that thing I have against my mother? A grudge. Like, I don't
Wasn't
know.
there already a movie about that? Well,
Reboot it. Which is funny that it wouldn't go the Halloween route, which is just make a sequel to the first one and ignore the sequels.
Right.
Because they're doing that with something else. I don't know what they're doing now. I heard they were doing it again. Anyway, I don't know. I hear so much shit to the grapevine. Anyway. All right, go ahead with your number 5.
So my next one, number 5, is probably the least skeptical about because it's Fast and Furious is coming off with like a spinoff.
I knew you were gonna put this on.
Hobbs and Shaw, something or other.
It's Fast and Furious presents
Hobbs and Shaw.
First of
that's all
all,
we know about it right
that's
now.
a jumbled name.
Which I don't think that's going to be the official name. It'll
They
probably
can
just be
label
Hobbs and Shaw Adventures or something.
Hobbs and Shaw Adventures. Is it? I hope there's an
I hope
animated
so.
like
But
jingle.
then, but I'm the least skeptical about it because it's Fast and Furious. But then I'm skeptical because it's a spinoff of it in a sense, and spinoffs don't always tend to go in the right direction.
Well, these movies aren't exactly known for their riveting plot lines. It's about
And that's what I'm okay with. I'm okay with
Cars
it's just
and explosions
no, they're not
and
even
guns.
about cars anymore.
They
They're
used
just
to be.
they used to.
Now they're more about it's an action.
Which I'm not mad about that because
No.
it's it was
Sometimes-
they fed off of the street
Yeah.
racing cars as long as they could,
Yes,
and they went into the action. It's a straight action movie. I'm more It's not about street racing anymore. It's action movies, which is good. It's good action movies. But I'm pretty interested by this. They don't even have a trailer out for it or anything. I don't even think they have a plot line out for it that's really well known. I just know Hobbs and Shaw are working together supposedly.
And they
And I wanna
have them
see-
signed on. They have
Yeah, Dwayne
The
Johnson
Rock
and Jason Statham.
Statham. It's Statham.
Whatever.
Whatever.
They're
Signed on.
They're on. So it
Which
should
they'll
be-
do anything.
Oh,
You pay the money for.
because those two guys, I'm not going to throw shade at them, but they'll literally do just about anything.
I've
if you
seen
pay
some
them
pretty
enough.
bad movies.
Yes. Especially Jason Statham was on a really downfall there for a while.
Until he started being like Fast and Furious, and I think he did another mechanic movie.
Yeah, they
and
did
like,
Mechanic
and
Resurrection.
then he literally was resurrecting himself. Yeah. All right. Okay. My number 5 is Terminator 6. It's technically the untitled.
It's a reboot. It's not even.
It's a
6.
reboot?
It's a
Oh,
reboot.
you gotta be fucking kidding.
It is a Terminator reboot. From my understanding, it's a complete reboot. Like it will be about Sarah and the Terminator. And
Is Arnie still in it?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is spotted to be on it.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna see a really,
He's too old.
really old Terminator. Or they're just gonna do
Like,
what
he's
they,
getting
or they're
so
gonna do what they
old.
did in Terminator Genesis. And
Where
make
they're
him
saying like
CGI.
he's an age, or on Terminator Genesis, they're like, well, he's aging. The robot is aging.
Well, they also had like didn't they have like the past one too?
Yeah.
Like it was
But
CGI,
still, it's like-
CGI Arnold from the
Fuck
80s,
off,
70s,
man.
whatever, yeah.
Like, there's other people that could be a Terminator.
A lot of other people.
Like, you're telling me in all these years that the Terminator robots are being built, they never once changed the design? Fuck off. Besides T2. Fuck off. No. Like, it's so maddening.
Yeah.
Isn't it though? Like, you
It
can
is.
keep Arnie in it, but give some other shit. Like, give me some substance.
I'm not mad about it yet.
I
Until-
know this
until
is
I
going to
can-
be a bad
until-
movie. I know this is going to be a bad movie. I haven't seen a good Terminator movie since Terminator 2. And that was like the 90s. It was like, yeah, it was like mid to early 90s, maybe. I don't know. But like, it
Yeah, that either because Terminator 3,
was like 2002.
Terminator 3. I'm just talking about good at it. Terminator 3 was decent.
I didn't like
but it
Terminator
was
3.
not
I
like
didn't like Terminator 4. Didn't like Terminator 5.
Salvation.
No, I didn't like Terminator Salvation. We haven't had a good Terminator movie since T2.
Yeah,
So why the fuck are we at 6?
because it's a following.
Yeah, people. I mean, granted, I watched all of them. I never went to the theaters for them. I only watched them
think I
on
did either.
home video. I don't, especially like Terminator Genesis came out. Everyone's like, "Yeah, this will be the
No.
one,"
Oh no.
and I was like, "Nope."
No, I rented it.
Not
when it
gonna
came-
do
I
that.
rented it when it came out from Redbox, but outside I was like, nah.
I watched it because a friend was watching it, and I was hanging out with them, and I didn't
don't
want to
even
just
think
leave.
I finished it. I turned it off about. I don't know. There was a point in time where they were going into the city. I'm like, all right, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
done.
So yeah, that's my number 5 least anticipated. DJ, on to your number 4.
Number 4 is the Shaft sequel.
Which I was telling you about this. That's way out of fucking nowhere.
No, it's been in the making for a little bit.
I know, but like, I just feel like there wasn't a lot of talk about it.
Who's playing the third Shaft? I don't know. But it comes out later this year, and it's got the original Shaft, which I don't even know his name, from the TV series back
Yeah.
in the 80s.
And then Samuel L.
And then
Jackson.
Samuel Jackson and who's the new kid? Let me think.
You think he's Build? Gotta be Build.
Jesse T. Usher.
Okay, Jesse T. Usher.
I don't even know who he is. Oh, he was he played Will Smith's kid in Independence Day 2.
Oh, okay.
I like him. He's got potential.
I mean, it's interesting enough.
But I'm pretty like I liked the Shaft from what was early 2000s,
Yeah, maybe 90s.
late 90s. But I like that Shaft
Yeah.
because that was one I watched as a kid. So I was like, that's probably got a little sentimental value.
Shaft.
Not sentimental, but nostalgic. There you go.
Sorry.
Who is the man? Sorry. No
Like-
one understands.
But it's just such a random thing to have an
Yeah.
add-on for, to me.
I get it. It is because it's like they're all it's so far away from the others, but it's kind of just maybe I almost wonder if Samuel L. Jackson was kind of like, look, dude,
Can y'all bring back Shaft?
I need some more money.
Y'all don't hardly put me in the Marvel movies anymore. Bring back Shaft.
I need some Shaft in my life.
I need Shaft.
So I really think that's probably has something to do with it. But
I mean, would you tell Samuel L. Jackson no?
Dude, you made snakes on a plane.
Tired
Tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Tired of all these motherfucking movies not starring Samuel L. Jackson. Make new Shaft. And they're like,
they did.
Okay.
And I'm intrigued by it.
I mean, I'm not gonna go see it, but I'm gonna see it when it comes to video.
Yeah, I'll probably see that one.
It's not a theater go for me.
No, it's not a theater go. Unless the trailer gets released, and I'm like, holy shit.
I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not. But it's possible.
Number 4 for my pissed off list. Joker.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying Joaquin Phoenix can't do a good job. I'm not saying I'm not one of those people that's like Heath Ledger is the only Joker that can ever exist in the world. No, there can be good Joker iterations. Anyone before I like.
So I'm just gonna skip.
I like the guy from Gotham.
I'm gonna skip because we're talking about. So this is the number 1 on my skeptical list, and it's because I'm super skeptical about it. I won't say pissed off because I'm not mad about it because I'm intrigued and I want to see this pan out. I want to see how it works.
Yeah, this is more skepticism for me.
But
I don't.
The thing I don't get is why are they doing a straight Joker movie?
Like, why now?
Like, why? Period.
I mean, yeah, but why now specifically? You think they would have done it in the Batman?
It's not like
not when
it's not like
DC's
Venom.
like down.
It's not like Venom or Deadpool where he's an anti-hero. Joker is
Well,
a psychopathic killer. And
maybe they're in this thing where like all their main heroes are failing, minus like Aquaman and Wonder Woman. So they're like, people like the Joker. Maybe if we just throw a Joker movie out there, we'll get something. Because DC is really in a low for their universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really care much for the design that they put out of Joaquin Phoenix in the paint.
The design, like they actually have like a small trailer for it or something.
I'm not into. He kind of looks like one of the henchmen from Dark Knight.
Yeah,
and that throws me off a little bit.
The paint didn't throw me off completely because it's very bright and it's different. It kind of reminds me of Romero, the original Joker. What was it?
Oh, Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero.
Yes, but like, I don't know. Like I said, it's not impossible for this to be a good movie.
No.
I'm gonna go into it with an open mind.
I'm probably not. I'm gonna go into it very skeptical as all get out, and maybe that'll make me like it a little bit more because I'm like, wow.
Like you're setting the bar low. I'm just keeping it immediate.
Yeah.
I'm not really
Most definitely
gonna feel anything. And if I get anything out of it, it'll be a success in my book.
Yeah.
Because especially with how low DCEU has set the bar lately, it is not going to take much to satisfy me with it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going at with it.
But again, I'm still skeptical just because of what I've seen so far is not really.
I'm skeptical just
appealing
because
to my
of how the plot line is going to work without having a hero to stop him.
Yeah, and it's all.
Who is it going to be? Are they going to have a cop? Is it going to be a cop? Like whatever.
Maybe, and it's a cop who's like kind of crooked, and it's like who's the real bad guy? Kind of like a Devil's Reject situation.
Or if it's just going to be Joker just killing a bunch of people, and then at the end,
Batman shows up. Like maybe the new cast Batman, like because Ben Affleck's done. So
maybe I'm not going to get my hopes up.
I said, okay, if they reveal a cool Batman at the end, I may be totally cool with this movie. All right, DJ, you're number 3. I know I kind of killed your number 1.
No, it's all good because we both got a little. It's good. Honestly, number 2 is kind of just random because that's awesome. But number 3 for me is the new Hellboy to come out.
New Hellboy?
The new Hellboy, on the pure sense of, like, yes, I liked Hellboy. I didn't like Hellboy 2, but I liked the first Hellboy. It
was really good.
It was a really good film.
And they looked fantastic.
The second one I could have done without. I just felt like they tried too hard.
which is why we never got a third one.
Yeah, until now. And
This is a reboot.
It's a complete reboot, and I'm like, all right, I don't know.
But the guy kind of looks like Ron Perlman.
It does a little bit, or the makeup. They just tried to make him like Ron Perlman.
He's bigger than Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
but like, it all looks kind of similar.
Because I like the first Hellboy, so I really want to like this movie, and I like superhero movies. I like anything comic book related movies. So I really want to like this movie, really, really bad.
But
I really don't like the way he looks either. Like with like the long hair.
Yeah,
it's just I don't like the way he looks. I'm not sold on it, but I'm trying to like it.
I mean, I'm open minded, but like I said, Guillermo del Toro has a way of making, kind of like in Tim Burton way, making like disturbing things look beautiful.
Yeah.
So Hellboy, just like all the imagery and the costumes, everything was all just like pops and it stays in your mind. Like the look of that movie, I think, outweighs the plot. So
the effects in this previews that I saw do look
pretty good,
pretty phenomenal.
Okay,
like from the trailer.
Because I mean, honestly, Hellboy, they're gonna probably follow the same plot line.
No. From what I can tell, they changed it up.
They changed
completely.
It up.
Like it's not. Just from the trailer, it's almost like he was created because he said something like "You turned me into a weapon" or something like that. I don't know. It's very shady.
I don't like that though.
So
I don't like that idea. We'll see. It's not on my lists of anything, so I'll just talk candidly. I just don't know.
Yeah,
it's one of these things. I'm just like, could be, couldn't be. We'll see. Yeah. I don't have a strong feeling left, right. All right. My number 3, Medea's family funeral.
Yeah.
Look, my mom is a big Madea fan. And even though she's admitted like the past few movies have not been good, she still goes to see them, like in theater. So I've been in the theater watching a lot of Madea movies, and I started watching them at Family Reunion in theaters when I was young, when that was out.
I don't think I've seen any Madea.
I
like some of them.
I like
Family Reunion and
yes, Family Reunion, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I Can Do Battle by Myself.
I like the Goes to Jail.
Goes to Jail. Yeah, I like Goes to Jail. Witness Protection's where it started to dwindle for me, and then Big Happy Family really fucked that one up. And ever since then, the Boo Madea Halloween, Boo 2, Madea Halloween 2,
I haven't seen any of those.
Garbage. The Madea cartoon.
I did not know there was a cartoon.
Garbage.
I mean, that sounds terrible.
So,
unless it looks like the cartoon from Friday After.
And I mean, like, I know these are all based off plays because he's ran this character into the damn ground. Literally with Family Funeral. I mean, yes, it's a money pit, but like, Jesus, just try a little harder because I know he's capable of writing really good scripts.
A good actor.
And
he's
great
a really
actor.
Great actor.
Actress. He was in Vice, the movie I watched.
Yeah.
The Dick Cheney movie. He played Colin Powell.
I feel like he's a really good actor.
Good actor. And a good writer, though. Because, like I said, those early films, especially like Diary of a Mad Black Woman and Family. Yeah, Meet the Browns.
And what was the other?
House of Pain.
House of Pain. Yeah, I like
those. Were really, and he wrote the movie. Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah.
Why Did I Get Married too? But there was a TV series, I think, it's called like Why Did I Get Married or something.
I know the movie. I don't know about the TV.
Different cast, but same concept.
Right.
And I love that. It's like he knows how to write good shit.
He's a good writer.
But it's like he just doesn't care.
I almost feel like the Family Funeral and the Boos are kind of like the studios being like, all right, you're under contract. You better come up with a story.
We need a Madea movie this year. And he's like,
bad
shit.
It's like, dude, come on.
Like every 2 years, you're slated to make a Madea movie. If I have to
come up with more Madea stuff, I might die.
Ding! And Medea's Family Funeral. But yeah, that's all I got to say. It's just unnecessary. And if this one, I'm going to be in the theater, sadly. But if it's good, maybe I'll change my tune. But if it's not, Tyler Perry, can you just keep making stuff like House of Pain and Why Did I Get Married and stuff like that? Keep making that stuff. Your odds. He's another one, The Family That Prays with Kathy Bates. That's fucking awesome. Make that shit. Don't worry about Medea. Let that die. Literally.
Yeah, they probably will after this.
Go ahead to your number 2.
Number 2 is so this one is because I'm not sure if it's a reboot. It's actually no, it's a reboot. Charlie's Angels, and I liked Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and Cameron Diaz. Charlie's Angels. First one more so than Full Throttle, but I watched them with my mom's.
Okay.
So my mom actually was on set when some special for the TV show was filmed in Hawaii. She was on set in Hawaii, so she loved Charlie's Angels. So when the movies came out, we watched them, which she didn't like the movies that much because she's more
of the show fan.
No, she's more I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but they were too promiscuous.
Ooh.
She's old fashioned, so with all the boobs and stuff popping
right
out left and right, she was like, "This is just too much." So
gotcha.
For her, I watched them. I was like, "Mom, we're watching this movie," because I was like a 12-year-old kid's like, "Mom, let's go."
Let's make sure we still get audio. But yeah, I get that. I'll go to my 2 and 1 since I messed up your 1.
Oh, you're good.
My thoughts of Charlie's Angels is more of like
I just want to. I don't even.
I never really gave a shit about him, so I don't really have any expectations, good or bad. It's just like it exists.
This is literally because I'll probably call my mom and be like, "Hey, mom,
you want to go see Charlie's Angels?" Kind of like how I am with Mom. Do you want to go see the new Medea? I'll pay for the movie. I'll pay for 2 tickets to a movie I don't want to see.
Although the first Charlie's Angels was pretty good with the creepy thin man. Just saying.
My number 2 is Sonic the Hedgehog. Because it's like we're Detective Pikachu. I was like, a Pokemon movie about Detective Pikachu? What? Oh, it's live. It's Ryan Reynolds. Like it just kept getting better. It's like there's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Huh? I thought it was Facebook was fucking with me. Like I thought it was one of those fake things.
It's gonna be like the.
Then I looked into it. I'm like, this is real.
It'd be like a Super Smash or the Super Mario Bros.
Oh
movie.
God, I hope it's not that bad. Then again, if it's that bad, people will get to review it like us on YouTube and have fun with it for the rest of their lives. But it's probably just gonna be like boring, like Ratchet and Clank, and there's no use of ever watching it.
So I'm wondering, like, is it gonna be full anime like Ratchet and Clank, or is it gonna be like Detective Pikachu?
No, it's like that Detective Pikachu like realism animation. And
are there humans in it, like in that, like us?
I don't know. I don't know anything else. I don't know
the hedgehog right here, like.
I don't know anything else besides that. I saw the poster. I saw the animation looked.
I don't think there's much because that comes out late in the year.
Much info. Like I mean, maybe that might change my mind. Just like when it was like Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu, and I'm like, okay.
This might change your mind. No.
Who's Sonic?
Jim Carrey's doing Dr. Evo. That makes it a little bit better.
Little, not a lot.
Ben Schwartz, which he's funny. I like Ben Schwartz. He plays in Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay.
Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
Like the
friend. Still not helping me though. As far as like
James Marsden's in it as Tom Wachowski. No.
Yeah, okay.
Neil McDonough
nope.
Was in it.
I'm done. This is a terrible movie. I'm going on record. Sonic the Hedgehog is not going to be good.
Literally, the first 4 people are the only 4 people that I recognize.
Which is not good. And it doesn't have any staying power when you say Ryan Reynolds. So, sorry.
Jim Carrey.
Okay, but like, he's not even like, he's the villain.
But he always does a great bad guy.
Yes, but I don't know, man. Sometimes Carrey can't even save a movie if it's going to be bad enough. So we'll see.
I'm not saying it's going to be good. I'm just saying,
I am not optimistic. My most hated that is coming out, the one that I'm most heated about, Dora the Explorer.
Hey, I already talked about it.
Fuck Dora the Explorer.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
I get the importance of the children's show. You know, it's a kid's show. It's trying to teach a little Spanish and colors and all sorts of that.
I don't understand
Why the fuck did Michael Bay want to do this?
Is it going to be like SpongeBob?
It's live action.
I don't know.
Like it's like there's a girl, like a fit girl, a full woman. It's a woman playing Dora the Explorer. A woman like an adult female, not a child. Like the
Dora the Explorer is about to
fucking
go to a strip club
thing
and
is-
get it on.
she has like a cut off pink shirt.
Megan Fox is
It
playing
looks-
Dora the Explorer.
It looks like Tomb Raider,
God, I hope they don't do that.
but Dora, it looks like it. Like I haven't
Oh
seen
my
any trailers,
God.
but I've seen like pictures and
I
posters.
I didn't even know this was a thing until tonight when we were kind of.
Oh, I've
researching
known
it.
about this
I have not.
because I was at a bar and someone said something about it. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me! Like I thought we were playing a game, like terrible movies for
Like I'm gonna prank you, punk
no,
bar style.
I thought it was a game where it'd be like, you'd be like, terrible movies for Michael Bay to make, and I bet he can't make a Dora the Explorer movie.
you want to bet?
And yeah, and then he overheard that shit, and he's like, bet,
Making it real.
here we go,
Megan, let's go, Megan. We got a movie.
Megan.
Megan
You
Fox
need to
is
be
playing
important
Dora.
once again
Megan Fox is playing Dora because he's got a lot of kissing up to do. Just saying.
for being out of Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh God,
She got the part of April O'Neil for crying out loud.
that's true.
Why is Megan Fox? It's totally opposite. Why is Megan Fox playing April O'Neil when April O'Neil's a redhead?
Yeah, they really could have had a lot of. There's a lot of good
Emma Stone.
Cersei Ronan
Emma Stone.
or Cersei
I just
Ronan.
wanted to see Emma Stone.
Also, they're making
Or,
a live action Kim Possible movie. Did you hear about
It's
this?
a Disney movie. It's a TV
Yeah.
movie, and it's awful
Why is that not Emma Stone?
because she's way too old to play Kim Possible.
So is the woman playing Kim Possible,
No, she's not. It's a girl. She's like a teenager.
but she looks old as shit.
I just think it looks cheap as shit.
Well, yeah, it's like a
The
Disney
movie is-
Channel
it's a
original
Disney
movie.
original movie. It's gonna be terrible.
Like the shit you would see like Minute Man.
Like I watched the trailer for it. I was
And,
like,
like,
oh, Kim
Hatching
Possible.
Peas.
Maybe this could be what the hell's going on.
Yeah, okay. Michael Bay. Why the fuck did you get Kim Possible?
I would have
That
watched,
would've
I would have
worked.
watched Michael Bay Kim Possible. I would have.
That
watched
would have worked because it
'Cause I
kind of
love
makes
Kim
sense. It's a
Possible
spy
growing up. Kim
movie. It would be a
Possible
spy
was awesome.
movie. Spy movie would be like
Dora
Michael
the
Bay.
Explorer.
Explosions.
You're dumb. You're dumb. It's a dumb.
Like,
so dumb.
Kim Possible and explosions and like a CGI naked mole rat and
Bumblebee.
yeah, like this could.
I don't understand.
Now I'm more
Now,
mad.
I
That's a
am,
better
'cause
movie.
Kim Possible would have been great as a Michael Bay.
Would
movie.
have been,
And that's saying a lot. because
even if
Michael
he
Bay
did
is
cast
just-
Megan Fox as Kim Possible.
No, because then I'd have been. No.
Still better than Dora the Explorer.
If Michael
What's he
Bay-
gonna make
if
next?
Michael Bay runs one more redhead for me, I will destroy him. I like redheads. Sorry, my wife.
Look, what's Michael Bay gonna do next? Yo Gabba Gabba.
Wiggles.
Oh wait. I've got the clap. Boom. Yeah. Oh shit. All right. So that's our bottom 5. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to.
No.
We could breathe. The pissed off emotions are gone. That really did peak there at Dora the Explorers. That's why it's my number 1. Now we're gonna go on into our 2 honorable mentions and our top 10 for the ones we want to see, the ones we're excited about, and could potentially disappoint us and make us cry.
Yeah, there's a couple in here that could do that.
There's a couple I think that in here that will do that, but I'm still excited.
There's one that will do that.
Aye. No,
All right, so-
honorable mention number 1.
This
One
was actually really hard for me because I had it down between 2 live action Disney movies that were coming out.
Yeah, mine was like Us and something else, and I went with the other thing and not Us.
It's funny you mention that.
Really?
Lion King won out over Aladdin. So we'll talk about Lion King
Over Aladdin.
over Aladdin.
I do not have Aladdin or Dumbo on my list.
Dumbo is not on my list because I didn't really like the cartoon Dumbo all that much growing up.
I like the cast is
thought
going to
was
be in
kinda
it though.
boring. So I'm really not that excited about the live action Dumbo. I loved Aladdin and I loved Lion King, so I'm really excited about both. But the cast of Lion King basically won it out over Aladdin. That's what did it. The cast.
Yeah, they got a
of
hell of a
Lion
cast.
King is gonna be phenomenal.
Plus, Lion King, like, okay, Aladdin's cool. Like, I love Aladdin the cartoon. No, I do. I played the
Good.
genie in middle school. Like,
We're
I
good.
love Aladdin.
Yeah, I love Aladdin.
Dumbo's okay, but it's like Lion King is, I think, my favorite just animated Disney movie, like without Pixar.
It's really
The Lion King is my number
One of
one.
my favorite. One of my favorites is actually supposedly supposed to get a live action, and I haven't heard anything more about it. Mulan,
It's coming, thing 2020.
is it? because I don't know, like it's weird, but I loved Mulan growing up as a
It is
kid
weird.
because it's like a I don't know, maybe it was like part war movie, you know, something. And it
Yeah,
was
you
just
do
my
like your war
my little
movies.
kid movie, the kid war, you know. But I love Mulan, and Eddie Murphy is
Mushu.
Mushu was killing it. Like it was funny. I like
good voice
Mulan a
cast,
lot.
but it's
And-
underrated,
But
definitely.
Lion King and Aladdin and
Dumbo.
no, God no.
I'm sorry, you're saying that you
I
loved.
didn't really like Dumbo that much, but like Lion King and Aladdin were definitely up there. I like Rescuers a lot. We need a live action rescue. No, we don't. God, don't do that, please.
I actually think that's coming. I actually think they're doing that. No, I thought I heard. No, I'm
No.
not. I'm not doing this because I really thought I heard that they may be doing a live
They
action.
can't do that. They can't do that. I'd rather see.
Okay,
a live
let's see how Lion King
I'd rather
does.
see a live action Great Mouse Detective than a live action rescue.
Let's see how Lion King goes, and maybe we could be more optimistic. Like literally, Lion King. The other two don't have as many stakes. Lion
Beauty
King.
and the Beast was a bomb drop. It was terrible. I thought the live
I didn't
action
see
was-
it,
I haven't seen it all the way through.
and they also did the Jungle Book already.
They ain't done the Jungle Book since the 90s. There's like 30 live action Jungle Books. That doesn't count.
Okay, but
I'm tired of live action
Disney
Jungle-
actually did.
No, Disney actually did another one with Jason Scott Lee
Oh, I didn't know that.
back in like 2002.
You
Yeah, I thought
you've
it
been
was
on
really
top of
good.
this shit.
Well, because I watched that one all the time as a kid because it had a who was a girl in that. It had a good cast in it.
Mm.
Like, and it was a Disney movie.
You know, like they're doing it again.
And I was like, but Netflix has got like two
Did they
Jungle
do?
Books.
Did they do
coming.
Tarzan?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3. Yeah, they did the Tarzan a few years
Well, I
back.
mean, there was Tarzans in the '60s. Like
No, but they did a Tarzan a couple years back to Legend of Tarzan, which actually was not half bad.
But that wasn't Disney though.
No, I don't know. That was
Because what Lion King and Dumbo and Aladdin they're literally going to be the cartoon movies
the live action.
done up in live action. Like,
Yeah.
Probably line. They showed like panels. Like it looks like it's going to be like line for line, shot for shot. So you're basically just paying for like a 4K upgrade.
You know what? I'm not really that
And
mad about
I'm
it.
not mad about that at all.
Like, I'm really gonna be mad when I cry seeing Mufasa die on a big screen. And
For some people, again, for me, the
Again.
first time.
yeah, for the first time on a big screen.
Yeah,
So
I never saw it.
I didn't see that.
I don't even know what year it came out.
That was early 90s.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, not me either. I could have, but I would have been, you know.
Yeah, like not
remembered it.
wouldn't have. Yeah, it wouldn't have been memorable.
94.
Okay, yeah. So like
So,
I
I was 3.
yeah. Still, it wouldn't have been like as big.
What were you, like -4?
94.
Yeah.
I was -2. But yeah, I think that's about all we can say about Lion King. We're
Yeah.
really venturing into other
Basically,
Disney
the
territory.
cast is what gets me on this. And the fact that James Earl Jones coming back.
Yeah, which
Mufasa,
then again, who the hell else was gonna? It's just like if they ever did. Every time they do a new Darth Vader thing,
Like,
it's still
honestly,
James Earl Jones' voice.
they could have
because-
had Jonathan Taylor Thomas come back and play young Simba, and I wouldn't have been mad.
They could have had Matthew Broderick play Simba, but Donald Glover's a fun choice.
Donald Glover is a good choice.
Fun choice. All of them were fun choices.
Yeah, the whole cast is pretty good. I mean, it's just voice acting and everything, but still, like to voice act, you still have to have.
It's a job.
It is.
So, all right, here my honorable mention. My first one, New Mutants.
Didn't make my list, but I wanted it to. But I couldn't.
I fought for it. There was a couple things I'm like, but no, I
Because
fought.
I'm really
have
really
New
am
Mutants.
intrigued by this because I really like the idea of a horror mutant. Like it's
An
not,
X-Men
I
gone
don't even know if
wrong.
it's horror per se.
It's got heuristic elements.
It's a thriller.
Yes,
It's a thriller. I'm
but
gonna
with
go
like
that.
mutants, and that's
Yeah.
cool as shit.
And I am really excited about it.
And also, I haven't read like the comics or anything for it. So like I'm down. Like I don't really have a lot of expectations. So if this does anything cool, it's good to me. You know what I mean? It's not like some of these things where it's like sacred texts. You know what I'm saying? It's like anytime a new Star Wars movie comes out, it's like, what are you guys going to do with Star Wars? Like, be careful with Star Wars. Star Wars is fragile. So, like, you know, when they're like, we're making a New Mutants movie, well, what is that? Kind of like a thriller version of the X-Men.
Do
Fuck
it.
yeah, do it.
Like that's good. Like
Yeah.
that's a good.
It's a good reason to make a movie.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah,
Like
same.
I am.
That's why I had to put it on this list because I think it's worth being excited about because it's not like The Grudge where there's 7 other iterations of this you can find. This is gonna be like one of a kind movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like Deadpool when it came out as like a rated R
rated R
superhero
superhero
film.
movie.
Like, yes, let's go see that. And also, Deadpool is a cool character. The New Mutants, it's an
Ryan
interesting
Reynolds.
concept. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and I correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know her name. You probably don't even know because you don't watch Game of Thrones, but Arya from Game of Thrones is going to be in it. She's one of the leading actresses, I think, and I love her, so I'm pretty excited about seeing her.
Either way, dude, like I said, this movie. Your last honorable mention before we actually get into the 10.
So
40 minutes into this podcast, we're about to hit our 10.
I said I wasn't gonna do it, put it on here, but I'm gonna do it anyways. It's a movie called Midway,
You debated that.
and
downstairs.
I'm basically like literally this comes out late. I think in like November.
Not on my list.
There is literally nothing known about it except for the plot, and it's about the Battle of Midway, which, if I remember correctly from my history lessons, is a naval battle. But the thing that gets me is the cast, and I'm just like, wow, this is like got a pretty solid cast. Just random guys. Like I'm like, some more veteran that have a lot of good movies, and others that don't have very many.
Kind of
but
getting
are up
into
and coming, you know. Like it's got Patrick Wilson, Alexander Ludwig, which I don't even think he's had any movie outbreaks, but he's in the TV show Vikings, which I watched,
And Hunger Games.
But he really didn't have a huge role in it.
Antagonist.
Yeah.
But after the first one, he didn't get the
Yeah,
whole series like the rest of them pretty much did.
So, and then the one that really grabs me because I will literally watch anything with him is Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, that guy.
So I'm like, all right,
You always know at least his performance is going to be great. And so you're going to have
Yeah.
a good time watching Woody Harrelson.
exactly. And then it's got like Luke Evans, Mandy Moore, Dennis Quaid, Darren Criss from Glee, which I've seen in a couple other things. He's actually a pretty good actor. Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart's great.
Aaron Eckhart's great, you know. And then another one that's a little throw me through a loop is Nick Jonas. So like the cast, I'm kind of like, wow, it's like, you know, we got some great, solid actors.
And an ensemble.
And Mandy Moore's a great actress too. She's
Yes.
a really great actress. So, and then you got some guys that are up and coming that have potential maybe. So I'm pretty excited just about
Yeah,
that.
it's
in
good.
general.
Like a lot of war movies
and
are good.
I like war movies.
Yeah, a lot of war movies too are good as like ensemble pieces, like
Yeah.
a group of talented people.
Mhm.
So just
Like for real, Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, the Thin
Like-
Red Line.
They didn't like well, in Saving Private Ryan. Vin Diesel hadn't gotten a huge start
Yeah.
yet. The medic, can't think of his name, but he was not. He was in the boiler room and all that, Gone in 60 Seconds, but he hasn't huge yet, and he's not.
Yeah, then you had the big names like,
like
Tom
Hanks
Hanks.
and Tom Sizemore
And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, which I believe Matt Damon was still like
He was
mid.
still,
He
yeah,
was still mid.
he hadn't.
Like, he
Saving
was-
Private Ryan was his
Yes,
blow
Saving
up
Private Ryan was
period.
blow up. It's definitely his blow up because that was not too long after Good Will Hunting, was it?
Was
I
it
don't know.
after or before?
Challenge.
I think it might be before. Good Will Hunting
It
was,
97,
and Saving Private Ryan,
98.
literally right after
Literally.
Good Will Hunting.
Literally right after Good Will Hunting. So I thought it was
So like
before.
this is his boom.
Like
Good Will Hunting was like,
probably like his
wow.
like kick you up a little bit.
Well, Good Will Hunting I think is my favorite role of his.
Oh, definitely.
But like Saving Private Ryan was like, oh, now he makes the big movies. Now he
Yeah.
gets the big bucks. Then
Like,
that went
Being
into like
next to
Jason
Tom
Bourne.
Hanks.
Yes. And also
on.
holding your own.
Yeah.
And like so yeah, that pushed him into the Jason Bourne status.
All right. So aside from
So
But-
wow, this
so,
became
yeah.
Matt Damon's
but
biography.
Midway has like I'm not saying it's gonna be the next Saving Private Ryan, but just
Has
like
potential.
literally, I looked at it and I kind of was like, "Huh, what's this?" And I clicked on it, I read through it, I read about it, and I was like, "Wow, I really like the cast this has, and I like the potential it has."
Yeah, it's not on
So
my
I'm ready.
list because this is a movie that's more of a you cup of tea.
Yes,
but
I said it wasn't gonna put on my list because I don't know anything about it.
but you just got excited the more you saw
I
it.
did. Like I was like, "Man, I really want."
That's how I thought about the New Mutants. Is like I
Yeah.
really want to put this on there.
Like Midway kind of knocked New Mutants out.
All right, my honorable mention, my last honorable mention is, and I was originally going to go with something else, and then changed it, and that is Zombieland 2 goes to honorable mention status. I know you're going to yell at me, and I'm going to touch brief because I know this is probably on your list somewhere toward the top. So I'm going to briefly touch it, and then I'm going to
I
leave
don't
the
know, I didn't
chunk
wanna
for you.
say anything. I'll just let you talk about it a little bit, and we'll talk about it more. when we
Yeah,
get
that's what I'm
to it.
saying. I was like, I'll breeze over it. Then when you get to it, you get to it. And
Yeah.
we'll discuss more then. Just briefly how I think about it. I love Zombieland. Zombieland is one of those movies that came out of nowhere and was like perfect.
Yeah.
Can lightning strike twice? Hopefully so.
Okay.
Your number 10.
Number 10 is when you knocked off your
honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions us. Because it almost got on my skeptical list because I love
Same. I
Get Out.
borderline.
I loved Get Out, and the fact, and I love Peele.
Jordan Peele
I love what he has done
with his career,
with his career.
like complete 180 it.
Like we were watching the Predator, the new Predator, the other
Keegan
night
Michael Key's in it.
with him and Thomas Jane are kind of like their partners in a sense, like their duo. Like they're
So like you could have
cast.
seen Jordan Peele in
Yeah.
that role instead of Thomas Jane, maybe.
Yeah, like those two together, like I like the chemistry, and like he's a great like that. Like
He's a comedic actor.
he's still a funny guy in it, but it's like you see like a dramatization side of him. And I like
Keegan
it.
Michael Key.
And I don't even know if he's gonna act in. I don't think he's acting in this, but
No,
but
he's
Get
just- he
Out,
wrote
Get
and
Out
directed.
is really what got because it's gonna be similar to Get Out from what I
and
know.
Get Out
It's-
got 100% Rotten
Oh.
Tomatoes,
Get Out, was
and
a
it won an
phenomenal
Oscar,
movie.
I believe, for screenplay.
Yes, Get Out was phenomenal.
So Jordan Peele went from a guy on Mad TV and Key and Peele to a guy who got offered the role of the poo emoji in the Emoji Movie and turned it down, to an Oscar-winning writer.
and he's like, so that's why I'm kind of like, all right, let's. I want to keep
Keep
this
it up.
rolling.
Keep.
Like
the
I want
momentum.
to see. I kind of want to.
And it's got Taraji P. Henson.
This is not a typical movie that I would see in theaters, but I really am probably gonna go see this. in
Like
theaters.
Get Out was such a out of nowhere, like for me, like holy
Yeah,
shit, this
I
was
didn't
great.
like. I didn't see it. I was like, I'm not gonna see this. This sounds stupid. And then everybody's like, oh, it's so good, it's so good. And I went and rented it, and I was like, holy shit! And I went and bought it. I was like, this is a good movie. Like, that's a movie I want.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm really kind of looking forward to what this could be. Us, the movie Us. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Ready for number 10?
Ready for number 10? What is it?
Nas Peña Bellissima.
Lion King.
Yes.
There we go.
That's why I was trying not to talk too much about it because I knew it was coming up on my list.
Very close.
Yes. Honestly, we're not too far on this.
No, I feel like the more we get to the top, like
We're
the
going to be,
dark
their
part-
gaps are going to
the,
get bigger.
the top is going to be probably
Well, both your honorable mentions, one of your honorable mentions and your number 10 were not on my list. So that's like, there's so much for us that we can't be right on the
Yeah.
nose each time with each other.
I
Like
feel like we'll get to the top. We'll get closer.
Probably. My thoughts on the Lion King, like I said, the cast, man. You got Donald Glover, you got Beyonce, you got Seth Rogen, you got John Oliver, James Earl Jones, the fantastic voice
Like I
of
mean,
James Earl Jones.
nothing about. I mean, yes, it's literally probably going to be a carbon copy,
But that's okay.
I'm not. Like, it's going to be great.
Like,
It's all there is.
I've
to it.
always wanted to see Lion King in theaters anyway. So, like,
Yeah.
in fact, you're giving me a slightly, like, visually, aesthetically pleasing version of it. Cool.
with probably better voice actors.
I mean,
Possible.
I think if I read correctly, who's the voice of one of the hyenas?
Whoopi
I-
Goldberg.
No, like it was
Um,
Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech
I know.
Marin. I wasn't Keegan Michael Key. I think Keegan Michael Key is one of the hyenas. Look this up.
I am right now. Alfred Woodard is Sarabi. She's really good.
Yeah, there he is. Keegan Michael Key. Yeah,
Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key
he's one of the
Kamari.
hyenas. Yeah,
Billy Eichner, he's from Parks and Rec too.
yeah, I know him. Beyonce, everyone knows fucking Beyonce.
John Connie is playing Rafiki.
Eric Andre, he's the other
Azizi.
hyena.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like, all right, like I love Eric Andre. The Eric Andre show is one of those things like I was really into for some reason. And like, but yeah, so Keegan Michael Key he's really going up in his
He
acting
is.
status, getting to be in the Predator and now the fucking Lion King.
Yeah.
Granted, the Predator wasn't that great, but he was fun.
The Predator had potential and they kind of just ruined it.
Well, and the stuff that they filmed they didn't use would have been better,
Yes.
like the multiple Predators and the
Definitely.
tanks and shit like that. Would have been
That would
awesome.
have been great. But
Yeah, well, we're not talking about the Predator.
okay.
But like, really, I really think the Lion King is gonna.
Knock your socks
And
off.
if this makes a shit ton of, which is pretty much statistically guaranteed to, but if it makes,
Dude, this is gonna be a huge blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
Huge. Like it's gonna
and,
make
and to,
millions
to
off
think
it.
though that Disney's like, we don't even have to make original concepts anymore. Let's take the shit people like, put it in
New.
Give it new like CG graphics,
CGI,
graphics.
whatever you want. Just make it new visual.
Put it back on the screen, and we'll make like $1 billion. And they will, because they have 3. They're hitting us with 3 this year. Because they're like, hey, throw 3. One of them's gonna stick.
How many others have there been? They've done more.
The Jungle Book, and
they did the Jungle Book. They did Beauty and the Beast. They
and
did
Tarzan.
Cinderella.
Did they do?
They did.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
I haven't even seen it. Like I have literally tried not to see the live action because I really didn't like Cinderella's. Like I liked Cinderella, cool.
It's not one of my favorites. It's not one I go to.
Like Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. They're not like if I like if they were on, like, oh yeah, let's watch them. That's they're cool Disney movies, great, whatever.
And everyone should see them at least once.
Yes,
but it's not like a like but Lion King. Is such
like
a rewatch.
Tangled, Frozen, and the newer Princess and the Frog.
I actually I saw Lion King, the stage production.
Yeah.
Like I was a class trip, and I remember that was kick ass too, dude. Just like just a second. Lion King has that thing, like just a second to like you're just like, yes, it's fucking Lion King. Like
let's watch.
It's like, the energy's there.
And even Lion King, even with the sequels they got, they were like okay.
Lion King 2.
Lion 2 is good. It was a good movie. It's all right.
Lion King 1.5 was great. Like
Lion King 1.5 was
the Lion Guard.
No, I'm not. I didn't even know that was a thing until you told me. So we're not talking about it.
It exists.
I don't care.
In the world.
I haven't seen it, and thank God.
But no, like I get it. Lion King's pretty consistent.
Yeah. So I'm
like even Lion King 2, which wasn't that great. The songs were great. Like,
yeah.
Deception, disgrace. I'm having fun. This is the most fun I've had doing this. Because I'm just like I'm all over the place today. All right, DJ, hit me with your number 9.
Number 9 is probably one. It comes out really soon, actually. It's Alita, the Battle Angel.
No idea what the fuck that is. I read it, but I didn't know what it was. So
dude, like it's I can't even describe it because I don't know. Like I feel like it's based off of an anime. Just by
you don't even know what it is, and it's your number 9.
I watched the trailer for it. I know. I know what it's about.
I was like, whoa, you don't even know what this is.
I want to feel like it's based off an anime just by watching the trailer.
Okay.
Like, hey, it looks like it would be an anime.
For a second, I thought you're like, I don't know what this is, but I bumped New Mutants out for it.
No, if you watch the trailer looks really
I will after this.
Like the visual effects for it look really phenomenal, and it looks like it's gonna have a good storyline. It looks like girl it's like a futuristic not post-apocalyptic world, but like Mad Max, not quite there, but I don't know, just like the whole. It looks really good.
That is you're terrible describing things. I'm so glad I don't need you to tell me how things like are, because like if I was blind and I needed you to tell me what was going on, that would not work. But it's a post-apocalyptic kind of like a maybe Mad Max.
And she comes back and she's like part robot, or she's created, and then she has memories of her past life, and I don't know, dude.
Part Resident Evil, part Lucy, part.
It just looks really good. Like if you watch the visual effects are what got me, because it looks
okay. Really saying it's gonna be like Mad Max Fury Road, where it's like visually, it's like holy shit.
You need to watch the trailer.
I'll watch the trailer, but I don't know, man.
Because it's not like Mad Max.
It's not on my list.
I said Mad Max.
Well, you were like, it's kind of Mad Max, but it's not Mad Max.
No, I was trying to say it's not post-apocalyptic like Mad Max. Is what I was trying to get at. Would you just shut up? Just let me speak, because I suck at speaking. So.
I'm just saying, I don't know what's going on.
No, but it has. Like, I'm excited to see that.
It's an interesting name.
I'm going to go see it in theaters.
I'll see it when it comes to DVD and Blu-ray, and I will report back then. Because it's not anywhere near my list or my radar. So,
yeah, of course.
My number 9, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yes, this thing has a few things that Mac Taylor loves to see. Quentin Tarantino. That's all you needed to tell me. I'm in. I'm in the theater when you tell me Quentin Tarantino. Leonardo DiCaprio. Brad Pitt. Shit. There's just a laundry list of names.
I purposefully left this off my list because I knew it would be on yours, and I didn't know that much about it. And I was like, I'll let him talk about it. That's what I did.
Go on IMDb and look at the cast, because like it is a laundry list of, as it usually is with Quentin Tarantino. Laundry list of names.
Margot Robbie, Kurt Russell, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Al Pacino, Dakota Fanning, Timothy Olyphant,
James Marsden.
Scott McNairy, James Remar.
Yeah, James
Tim
Remar, Tim
Roth.
Roth,
I love Tim Roth.
Emil Hirsch,
Ooh, I love Emil Hirsch. Damian Lewis, Luke Perry,
Bruce Dern,
and then Michael Madsen,
Michael Madsen, yes,
Clifton Collins Jr.,
Zoe Bell,
Rumor Willis.
I don't even know who that
Bruce
is.
Willis.
Oh, see, man, like you're still going. That's how many. Like, look at that cast.
Martin Cove. Wow, he has.
Look at this cast. Harley Quinn Smith, Kevin Smith's daughter. She got in a Tarantino movie.
With Rumor Willis. Her Rumor Willis are
really okay, that's probably where it happened.
Yeah.
But no, good job to Harley Quinn Smith. She's in a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I'm glad you put this on your list. This actually, James, he's in a.
But no, okay, let me elaborate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me elaborate a little bit more. I don't even know what this thing's about. I know it's Tarantino. That laundry list of names.
I would literally just see it just because Quentin Tarantino directs. And then once you have like Tarantino and Leo DiCaprio together.
Like, oh yeah, like that. Okay. Like Django.
And then Kurt Russell.
Yes. Well, like Django with Leo DiCaprio's role in Django was one of the best villainous roles I've ever seen in my entire life. The Hateful Eight, Kurt Russell. One, rocked an amazing mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Two, holy shit, was he awesome in that fucking movie. Everyone was.
Yeah.
This is his 9th directorial film, like he wrote and direct. Like he's done a lot of other writing and producing and shit. Like he's only written and directed 9 films. The other 8, maybe with the exception of Death Proof, but it's Grindhouse, so it had a style he's trying to go for, are amazing. Like Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction are some of my like top 20 favorite movies. Maybe Pulp Fiction might not be in the top 20, but Reservoir Dogs. Yes, Reservoir Dogs over Pulp Fiction. Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. Have you seen 4 Rooms though?
No.
You need to watch 4 Rooms.
But I'm just saying
comedy.
Oh, because I'm just saying like Tarantino's past. I don't think he's ever disappointed me. And
I can't think of one
with all of these people.
Oh yeah, like now that I've looked at it, because I didn't look at it because you said it, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna let him have it.
And he does this thing. He takes years to make these movies. Like he really puts in the work.
He does, because he did Hateful Eight. Like Hateful Eight was like I remember like 6 years or something like that, and then like he quit making it because everybody was. I forget the whole ordeal, but there was a big spiel about it.
Yeah,
like somebody leaked the script.
Oh, and he's like, nope,
not doing it.
Yeah, Tarantino, he's a very strict guy, and he likes to do things his way, but his way fucking works.
Oh yeah,
and he's one of the only like of a handful of directors who have this style that the second you look at something, that's a Tarantino movie. You know what I'm saying? Like the way the camera moves and the way the characters talk and the way it looks, you're watching a Tarantino film. Even if someone just gets cut and the way the blood comes out, like that's a Tarantino effect. You know it right off the bat without even looking at the info, what it is. Yes. Same thing with like Wes Anderson movies, Tim Burton movies. You always know their movies because their style.
Yeah.
Tarantino invented the Tarantino style of filmmaking.
100%.
So the fact that he's making a new movie, I'm in.
Well, it says it's about a faded TV actor and a stunt double embark on an odyssey to make a name for themselves in the film industry during the helter-skelter reign of terror in 1969 Los Angeles.
Fuck yeah!
So it makes it sound like they're like gonna try like these 2 guys trying to become famous in some badass times.
Well, yeah, I don't see any problem with that. But again, it's just Quentin Tarantino. He puts my ass in the seat.
Yeah, like I would have seen it just because.
But because of that, but also just looking into it, I'm just more and more excited about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I believe this comes out in August. It's slated for August. So
August 9th.
August is probably my most busy time in my filmmaking schedule. I will still be in that theater.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. We'll be shooting the Shape by then. I will take a weekend off and go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All right, DJ, I'm sorry I took up way too much time with that.
Not with that. That's a good talk.
Number 8.
Number 8 is one that has a chance of making me cry if it goes bad, but I think it's going to be good. Shazam.
Okay, not on my list. I thought about it. I was
So,
excited about it.
I'm really excited about it because it's a DC film for one, and I'm like, all right, DC has been terrible.
Mhm.
Aquaman was really good, and Wonder Woman was really good, and that's pretty much about it for DC. The thing that I've got going most about Shazam, DC has been very dark and gritty for like ever, and this is literally gonna go lighthearted Shazam. Like it's gonna be the
because you
kid.
can't be Shazam really
You
without
can't,
being lighthearted.
you know, like Shazam is a kid.
Yeah.
No matter, like he may have the wisdom of Solomon, and he may look like a 30-year-old,
Buff
but
ass
he
dude.
is a 12-year-old.
So it's
I
like
don't know how
it's
old
like
he
what
is.
if a kid got superpowers?
But yeah, that's literally it. So like, and like in the trailers they show for it.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers.
The kid, he's like drinking Slurpees at a gas station, stopping bank.
Yeah,
he's like,
when
and
he's like,
I'm bulletproof. You know, like it's like
Yeah.
it's a
"Huh,
kid.
you're
finding-
dead.
A kid. Oh yeah, like it's a kid finding out he is kid finding out he's Superman basically.
Yeah.
Like
I like when he's like, sorry
I'm
about your
excited.
window, but you're welcome for not
you're
getting
welcome for
robbed.
not getting robbed. Yeah,
Hey, I'm a superhero. Like to the lady.
like it's
like,
gonna like,
yes.
it's gonna be funny
Yes.
and it's gonna be lighthearted.
It's
and
a change of pace,
It is.
man.
And I really think DC took a step like they
That's a good idea.
rather than having it like a 12-year-old get superpowers and he has to save the world from devastation and his life is turned
'Cause,
upside
you know,
down. Like
They
how
never
could've went
they
with
never
it.
wanted to do this movie. Like because during like the Batman boom, this movie never had a shot in hell.
No.
But with all the shits happening with DC lately, they're like, fuck it.
Dude,
Let's
we
try
could-
Shazam.
And I'm glad because I like Superman and Shazam is something that I would love to see.
Yeah. Which now could potentially happen in the
Like,
future.
I would love to see a Superman Shazam movie.
And like, I don't know, man. This might be one I see at home.
I pretty much see just about every superhero movie in theaters. It's just almost.
Maybe with
Unless I
you, I'll
forget.
venture out. Like if you're going and I have time, maybe I'll go with you. But other than that, I don't really know if I will. But I'm excited to see it. I have positive thoughts about it. I think it was almost on my honorable mention.
Yeah.
It was almost there.
But I'm pretty excited about it.
Okay, yeah. Who's playing Shazam? Like the actual Shazam costume?
Actor
Yeah, what's his name?
Zachary Levi. Zachary Levi.
Levi. Exactly,
Levi.
Levi.
It was Chuck from Chuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's
I
funny.
like him. So yeah,
He was in Thor too, or Thor the Dark World.
he's been in a bunch of. I've seen him in many.
Yeah, he's been in a lot. But
I recognized his
I know,
face, but I
I
didn't know
know
what
him
he
from
was.
Chuck, but he like I don't know if he got beefed up for this role
He looks
or
beefed up,
if
or if
it's
it's
all
the suit.
CGI or
But still,
what.
he looks beefed.
He looks beefed up. He was not beefed up in Chuck. So I mean, this guy, like, I'm really excited about this.
Yes, I am too.
So pretty. I hope it doesn't crush. That's why I'm saying because I think I'm too hyped for it. I'm gonna go in
Like,
and I'm gonna like this might make me cry because
If
I
it's
like
bad.
Shazam because
You do.
Shazam is just
you have an odd soft spot for Shazam.
Yeah.
Like, not a whole lot of people do.
well because mine is like I love the Superman Shazam ritual because like Shazam was like he's just as strong as Superman, but Superman is like his mentor because Shazam's a freaking 12-year-old.
Yeah,
And then when I'm a 12-year-old reading about a 12-year-old with superpowers,
you're like,
I'm
I want to be
"Yes!"
that. Like, that's what I would do if I had superpowers.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 8, Child's Play.
That's lower than I expected. Not gonna lie.
The things above it, either I have more expectations for,
Mhm.
or I'm just way more excited about.
Yeah.
This is a reboot. They're doing a Child's Play TV show.
Mhm.
That made by Don Mancini. Will still have Brad Dourif as Chucky. It'll still feature the killer doll. And I'm gonna watch the shit out of that TV show. You can guarantee. I don't care if I gotta order stars. I'm gonna watch it. Okay, it's gonna happen. But this is different because MGM owns the rights to Child's Play 1. Universal owns the rights to Child's Play 2 to now. Universal's making the TV show, MGM's making the reboot. But since they only have the rights to the name, not the character, they changed it. It's not Chucky in this movie. His name's Buddy. And he's not a serial killer trapped inside of a doll. It's like one of those like robot dolls, you give the
Yeah.
kids that like say phrases and shit like it's supposed to be. And someone programmed it, like purposely programmed it to fuck up. So it's saying all these like really messed up things and starts to try to actively like harm the child. But it's still a doll. But it's like programmed, like someone put a virus in it. Kind of like what happened with that Elmo a few years back.
Trying to do like sounds like they're trying to do a Small Soldiers type of thing.
Kind of, but it's also kind of like that thing in Child's Play 1 where for like the first 70% of the movie you don't see the doll move.
Yeah.
You don't know if is the doll alive or is the kid really crazy. You don't know until like the last act of the film. So I think they're really going to try to play that up. Like, is it the doll?
The doll will not be alive and the kid will be crazy.
Maybe, I don't know.
That'd be a twist.
So like,
Spoiler alert.
I'm interested in it because like that's different. Like, what a way to approach a reboot.
You told me it was different. After hearing, I don't know.
But we're still getting Child's Play the TV shows. It's not like we'll never get Chucky again. So I'm okay with this being made as long as I can get my Chucky making wisecracks.
Right.
Like as long as I can get that, makes me a happy boy. I'll go watch whatever the fuck they're trying to do with Buddy. And at least they didn't try to name him Chucky.
Right.
Like they named him Buddy. So it's like, all right. And this was actually kind of the original concept for Child's Play. It was supposed to be called Blood Buddies. Where like there's one of those dolls that if you cut it, it would bleed. Like they actually have those. Like if you get a booby, put a band-aid on it.
Yeah.
So like the kid cuts his hand and cuts the doll's hand and make like a blood oath. And then through that, this kid's getting picked on. The doll comes alive, kills the bullies. That was the original idea for Child's Play. So it's like they kind of took that and just made it something different out of that. So to me, it's just like they did the research, they're getting creative, and even if it's fucking terrible, I still have this TV show to be like, well, at least I got my killer doll stuff. And overall, I don't think it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, I'm not really. That does not intrigue me.
I mean, we're gonna watch it on the podcast, but now you know what you're in for.
Yeah, I'll try.
Especially after you watch all the actual Chucky movies, you might be too attached to. I'm attached to the character of Chucky. I love, especially Brad Dourif as Chucky. There's a personality and a character, and it's gonna be weird to see a Child's Play movie that doesn't feature that. But I'm still excited about it. So, number seven.
Number 7, Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
Made it kind of low.
Didn't make my list.
Didn't make your list. Yeah,
Did not make my list.
I try not to be too. Superheroes is what I'm about. So I mean, that's what I'm excited about seeing. I'm
more
excited
so than
about
me. You're the.
I'm excited
guy.
about the Marvel.
I'm the
universe.
horror guy.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Marvel universe, and the Captain Marvel is kind of like Marvel's Superman. So
as a woman,
as a woman,
like kind of like. I mean, like it's their.
She's super bad. She's a badass, but she's really like she's not well known.
No,
she's not a well known superhero.
A lot of people probably did a lot of googling.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Just like Ant-Man, when Ant-Man come out, she's
everyone's
like,
what the fuck,
Ant-Man. I remember I was at Disc Replay, and a mom, like a little boy, was like, "Mom, I'm gonna go see the new Ant-Man when it comes out." She's like, "We're not gonna go see some movie about some stupid guy as an ant," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" So like that, like people don't know who Captain Marvel is. They don't know about her. They don't know the storyline. But the Kree and Skrull, I really am looking. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because I'm kind of wondering how much that's going to carry over into Avengers.
Yes, and the reason why I'm not as excited, I really want to get to Avengers Endgame. So it's like I want to see Captain Marvel. I want to see Captain Marvel, but like I really want to get to that movie that we're not going to mention yet.
Yeah,
I really want to get there. So it's like my anticipation is like get it over with. It's like at Christmas time.
But Captain Marvel comes out in the next month. I feel like a month apart, right?
Yeah.
They're really close.
I don't even think I wrote Captain Marvel down, so I didn't write down what date it comes out. I think it comes out in like March, and then Avengers Endgame in April.
Yeah, March 7th. Ooh, anniversary date.
and then Avengers Endgame is 1 year after Infinity War. Like it'll be precisely 1 year. That's Infinity War you're looking at right there.
April 26th.
Yes.
So it's a little over a month.
Still,
It's almost 2.
but how I compare it
Deal.
to my almost when I get past it, it's like when at Christmas time you have presents at home, and your parents is like, you can open your presents, but we gotta go to our family's house first. And you love your family and you want to see your family, but you know you got some cool shit waiting for you when you get back. So you're like, oh, hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Can we go now? Can we go now? Hi, good to see you. Can we go now? It's okay. Hi, it's just good. Can we go? You know
I get it.
Like, that's
I
kind of
get
how
it.
it is for me because it's like, I love the idea of Captain Marvel
But see,
and I want to see this movie.
The
but
thing
I
also I
can't
know
get
is,
there.
is the Captain Marvel story is going to have the Kree and Skrulls.
Yes.
And the thing that excites me the most is to see how it's going to develop into the Avengers. If they're going to carry it over to
kind of like
where
the ending of the post-credit scene in Infinity
post-credit
War.
is
They're going to kind of go to it.
Endgame, maybe Captain America's been done. I don't know. Maybe they're going to pull that through. But do you know the whole story?
No, I don't.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. Okay. All right. My number 7.
Go ahead.
It Chapter 2. I was impressed with it. I liked I didn't love. I loved Tim Curry's performance in the miniseries, but I was not a big fan of the miniseries. That makes sense. It was way too long and wasn't all that
Slow.
entertaining. But Tim Curry was great. So going into this, I was like, oh man, they're just gonna copy and paste what Tim Curry did. And Bill Skarsgård took it a whole another direction, but like in a good way.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, it's an amazing performance. And these kids can act. They can fucking act. Like, these kids were awesome. Oh, the kid from Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard, he was in it.
He's great.
He was
He's
hilarious.
Future.
But like all the kids in it
Mhm.
were amazing. Not just him, but he's going places.
Yeah,
he's got a
great.
movie coming
He's
out
got
this
it.
year. And he's also in it, Chapter 2, because it'll be the kids at the beginning and then go to them as adults. Bill Hader is in it as the older version of Finn Wolfhard's character,
Right.
Richie Tozier. It's got a good cast, and Bill Skarsgård's still going to be playing Pennywise. I know he's just going to continue that amazing performance that he did. And I know the story of how it's going to kind of play out, but I'm interested in seeing where they take it because they did some things in it that I wasn't expecting. They changed it up a little bit. So,
Haven't seen it in a while.
I would recommend watching the movie or the miniseries. If after seeing the movie you want more, or you just want to see what Tim Curry's performance is
Like I've seen it, the miniseries, but it was so long ago. It was like
just look up YouTube clips of Tim Curry's performance. That's honestly my recommendation.
That's all I need.
But watch the
I just remember.
but watch the film.
Showers all the time. Like the shower.
Yeah.
Like spewing out. Like I remember that. Like that was terrifying to me as a child.
Well, I don't know, just watch the It movie, and then this is going to be a good follow up. I expect consistency. Number 6.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Ooh, this is on my list.
It's higher up there. I knew it would be higher up there on yours.
I'm a Spider-Man fanatic.
I see. I really am too. But I have other movies that I've been waiting for. Like
TJ, your car is decorated with
I
Spider-Man.
know, but see, 5 and 6 were like really tied. So
Okay.
5 pushed Spider-Man down to number 6. So Spider-Man did not crack my number 5. But 2, 3, and 4 are movies that basically I've just been waiting for to come out for years.
Okay, so you're like, yeah, I
So I'm
really
like,
want that.
Whereas Spider-Man, I've gotten Spider-Man, and I'm not downing this. I'm really freaking excited for Spider-Man because like Spider-Man was my favorite superhero growing up as a kid. Literally, like I had Spider-Man stuff out the wazoo because my high school girlfriend's mom bought me stuff nonstop because she knew how much I love Spider-Man. So,
That was my
Girlfriend.
wife's mom with Star Wars.
yeah. So I mean,
I have so much. Star
I love
Wars
Spider-Man, but just for reasons it got knocked down there. That's all there was to it. But I am super excited to see what they're, especially with the fact that they're going to be in Europe now that we know this.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm kind of like, all right, kind of throwing yourself through a hoop because Spider-Man's
Yeah.
in Europe at the same time.
You were
Peter
heated
Parker-
about this.
I really was. Spider-Man's in Europe at the same time Peter Parker's in Europe, but Peter Parker still is not being seen with Spider-Man. Let's get smart, people.
That one
okay.
gets smart.
Yeah. Batman and me are not in the same
Zendaya
room.
is too
I'm
busy
Batman.
singing with Zac Efron to pay attention to this plot.
Sorry, but no, I'm not downing it.
I'm interested to see more of it, though.
And I really want to see Mysterio
Yes.
because he was in the animated series. One of animated serials. Wow, animated series.
Oh, the
90s.
serial. You're talking about like the 60s Spider-Man show
No.
where Spider-Man talked like this.
That is was one of my favorites in the series because
You mean the old animated series,
no,
right?
the 90s.
Yeah, was it the Amazing Spider-Man or the Spectacular?
No,
Spider-Man?
just Spider-Man.
Was this called Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
Before, like you're thinking of the Amazing Spider-Man and his super friends, and then there was the Amazing Spider-Man.
But there was a
and then
Spectacular.
there is a Spectacular Spider-Man.
That's what I'm thinking.
And it was like anything besides. Oh, I like the Spider-Man and the new one with like he was like the Avengers worked for Shield and all that with White Tiger and Luke Cage, but it was Power Man and Iron Fist was in it. Yeah, I like that one. I forget what that one was. I don't know. It was on Disney. It's pretty good.
Oh, didn't Drake Bell voice him?
I can't remember
Because there was one Drake Bell
I
did,
don't
and I
know.
liked
It
that
was
one, whatever that
probably-
one was. And then the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man was good too.
Dude, there was Ultimate Spider-Man. It was right after the 90s, and it was like a spinoff after it. After Spider-Man Adventures or whatever it was. I can't even. But he got sent to the future somehow.
Like
And-
Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah. Like, but it was Ultimate Spider-Man was the name of it.
But like it was basically Spider-Man 2099. I like those comics.
Yeah, and he was like.
I've read the comics, never watched the show.
So yeah, that was his nice cartoon, but I think it only lasted a couple seasons.
Probably. Usually good ideas don't last long.
Yeah, but yeah. But I'm really looking forward to the movie. I mean, it's Spider-Man. You can't really.
Fucking Spider-Man.
And Tom Holland is killing it
He's
right
good.
now. And
Kid's good.
Zendaya, I mean,
She's hot.
she's not Mary Jane, but
She's MJ.
She's MJ. And I'm really glad that she's not Mary Jane because if you take away a redhead, you have issues. So, but yeah, I'm really
You and your
excited.
redheads. You're like sacred movie redheads.
Dude, if you have a key character that female lead and has red hair, you cast a redhead actress. That's all there is to it. All right, but I'm really looking forward to it. That's it, man. I mean, it's just, you can't go wrong with Spider-Man really at this point,
No.
unless you're talking Spider-Man 3.
My number 6. This is gonna be an interesting concept.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Detective Pikachu.
That's a big difference.
It is a big difference. It was on
Because,
my.
I guess, like, in a sense, it was like,
It kind of almost fell into your meh section, and it falls into my almost top tier.
yeah.
Like, okay, I heard about this concept, and I was like, I'm a Pokemon fan. Like when I was a kid, Pokemon was the shit. I had like all the cards, and I played the Game Boy games, then the DS
You
games,
don't know nothing about it, son.
and I had like all the toy. I had Pokeballs you could throw,
Oh,
and like, oh,
I
that's
had the Pokeball with the keychains.
yeah.
And they had the Pokemon inside, and they had the little hooked on your belt, so you walk around with like 7 Pokemon around you. And be like, I choose you. Throw them at people.
Yeah, you
Oh
see-
yeah, I did that.
And I watched all of them,
That
especially
was
like
my generation.
Pokemon the movie, like the Mewtwo movie.
Yes. Oh,
It's actually one of my like. It's not in my top 100, but it's
it's a great.
it's there.
movie.
It's a
Like
great.
that's the only Pokemon movie
that
I
was
enjoyed.
good. Okay, like I enjoyed a couple of other ones, but like that one was a good movie.
Like it was.
Like
It was
ignore
a-
the Pokemon aspect. It's a good
it's
movie.
a good movie in general. Just is.
Yeah.
The storyline was great. I won't say the acting is not acting, but
But
like
the Pokemon and the evil versions of the Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And
it
the
was
Ash
phenomenal.
dying for Pikachu and all the
Then
tears.
Pikachu crying and saving Ash. It was so good. I love
So
it
good.
so
Mewtwo is like
much.
literally Mewtwo was like the most sought after Pokemon. to people.
Badass. And like
Basically, he's the
everybody
dark
wanted him.
Kamehameha. Okay, but like, so okay, I'm like I said, Pokemon fan. Going into this, I hear they're making a Detective Pikachu. I'm like, Detective Pikachu? Why are they going with
This
Detective
is
Pikachu?
Terrible.
And then they're like, Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu. I'm like,
So
interesting.
Pikachu's gonna talk.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
that
Detective Pikachu does.
right.
So I was like,
See, I didn't know
but-
Detective Pikachu was a thing.
Yeah,
I
it
guess that
was.
was a little bit after my
It
time
was a
of
thing.
Pokemon.
So I was like, Detective Pikachu. Like that was an odd thing. Why are you making that a movie?
Right.
But then they're like, it's like kind of like the really good animation. And I was like, ooh, and like Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu.
Like I wouldn't even call that animation. That's just straight up like that's like
Real. It's like photorealism.
CGI. Man.
Yeah.
It
And so,
looks real.
and then like Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu. I'm like, ooh, okay, interesting. Yes, I like it. And then I watched the trailer.
The trailer got me. The trailer.
And it had because it not only was Pikachu, but it was all the like a Charizard.
Like there's literally Pokemon just kind of wandering around. And
Yes.
and it's like it's
It
what
builds a
when I
world.
was a younger kid.
What do
it's
you imagine
I
it
would have
would be?
imagined a Pokemon world would be like, and
Yes.
I thought it was really cool.
And it's like, it does a few things for me. One, like I said, the world building is fantastic. It's a beautiful imagery. Second, this could go into something else. Like this could become a more live action Pokemon movies where maybe we get an Ash Ketchum storyline. Maybe like we're like, all right, Detective Pikachu, we had fun,
Like after
but here's the Ash Ketchum
after
story.
Talking about it though, like I really want that live action Mew and Mewtwo movie.
This could lead into a live action Pokemon the movie.
I would like that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm down.
Michael Bay could have done that. I'm still mad. I'm still mad. Okay, sorry. But no, like this opens up opportunities for a lot of cool things.
Yeah, it does, and I'm down.
Yeah.
Like I said, like it is.
I'm actually gonna go watch this.
Oh,
And like the people around me too, who are either Pokemon fans, these kind of oddball movie fans, or even just people that just like they're just a normal movie goer, like I kind of want to see that Detective Pikachu.
like,
So
no,
it's catching attention. and
that-
building.
It will be one I see in theaters.
It's not like Sonic where I heard it and I was like,
simply
fuck it.
because like I already know the visual effects of it are going to be worth seeing in theaters. That's
Yes,
so
because it's the
definitely gonna
big,
be-
like it's gonna be a popcorn movie at the very least.
Oh yeah,
So that's good. At least at the bare minimum, it's gonna be an enjoyable day at the movies.
hands down. I think
And honestly, like that's like Rampage. It's like not a whole lot of substance, but it's cool looking.
I like Rampage.
Or it's kind of like Transformers. X-Men, the first one was good.
Okay.
First one was really
First
good.
one was-
Second one was not that bad. But like the third one's on. Especially like later. They're
I haven't even- I don't wanna see
shitty movies, but hey, you're seeing giant robots
clash each other and blow
and
stuff
buildings
up
and Michael Bay style. And it looks cool.
and Mark Wahlberg.
Like Transformers is like one, and I think at the bare minimum, this could be one of those movies you just go to the theater because it's visually spectacular and a fun time.
Yeah.
Not the best home theater viewing unless you got like a good home theater setup, but hey, at least you had fun once.
But Transformers 1 is a movie that I could watch
It's a good movie.
over and over again.
They
Like me
really
and one of my
did.
best friends from high school still, like I will still get a text message of just randomly like the Q boy. Like just randomly or like, I'll never give you this whole sport. It's like like seriously. The worldwide. Sorry.
All right, hit me with your number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
You're gonna hate me for it.
Why am I going to hate you?
Star Wars.
I mean,
you don't hate me for it, but I mean
I
I
understand.
am super excited. Like seriously, these top 5 are like top 6, top 10.
Yeah, this is 10 movies out of like
basically
200
top-
movies.
Top 7 are the one like
Even my honorable mentions, like these
Shazam.
are.
Like yeah, like I'm
Well,
like.
think about it.
But Star Wars, I'm stoked.
These are 12 movies out of like 200 movies are coming this
Yes.
year. So we're excited.
Like I'm stoked for Star Wars.
So continue. Sorry. Obviously, this will be higher on mine.
Like,
I'll get into
probably
it.
Gonna be like number 2.
Yeah, I'll get into it when I get there.
But
But
I'll wait to get into it. I just like that's.
I'm
where
saying
mine's
you
at.
go ahead, and then I have my own tangent.
Like I just want to see how what evolves in the universe with Kylo and
Mhm.
that's what I want to see
Mhm.
because I'm just okay. Well, I'm just gonna quit talking.
No,
I'm
go.
About to
No, go.
explode
We're
over
good.
here.
We're good.
So
We're good.
We'll talk about this probably in about 4 more
Ah.
movies, and we'll get back to it.
We're so good right
Star
now.
Wars 9. He's having a heart attack. We'll get back to it in about 30 minutes because yeah. Go ahead with your number 5.
My number 5, Spider-Man: Far From Home. Spider-Man is hands down my favorite Marvel hero.
He
Like
is-
above any and all. I love other Marvel heroes, but even my favorite DC is Batman, but I think sometimes Spider-Man beats Batman for me. Sometimes, not all the time. lately.
Beats him how? Like in your mind? Like
Yeah,
you
not in
love
like a
him?
fight.
Okay, we're good. I just had to clarify.
But I mean, like,
No, definitely.
just
Like,
in my love of it.
see, like I love the Batman movies, all of them, from Michael Keaton to Christian Bale, slightly Ben Affleck, I guess. But I love all the Batman movies. I really
Even
do.
the animated.
Even the animated ones.
They're great.
The only one I just do not like. And I won't even say I do not like because I'll watch it because it's tolerable.
Batman vs Superman.
I like Batman vs Superman more than this one. Batman Forever. Or no,
Ooh,
no.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. Sorry, I get them confused because they're
Batman and Robin.
freaking the exact same
That's pretty bad.
visually. But Batman and Robin, I was like, oh, like I love this thing was like I loved it when it first came out as a kid. I was like, oh my god, Mr. Freeze and Bane, it's so awesome. And then the older I like, seriously, the older I get, the
You
more
notice
I'm
shit?
like,
Well, because you started watching like the animated stuff and you watched more of like the live action. Like, are those nipples?
Batman has nipples. Like I didn't. Like,
There's a Batman credit card. I never leave the cave without it.
yeah,
God damn it! They put a commercial in there.
they did. Like it was. Just,
And
then-
Bane was just a wrestler.
Bane wasn't even a wrestler. Bane was a little. Bane's a freaking drug lord for crying out loud.
No, I mean like Bane's a wrestler in the.
Basically.
And he's like, oh
yeah, wow. That's like, oh, I want my drug cartel Bane.
And
That's
then
what I want.
Mr. Freeze is Arnold Schwarzenegger making really bad ice
The
puns.
Freeze. Like in an Uma Thurman.
Chill out. Uma Thurman was hot though.
No, she was hot. I'm not complaining.
Like,
The only saving grace was Batgirl. Let's be honest.
I like
At least
Robin.
Batgirl had nipples. She didn't. I don't think she did.
I don't think she did either.
Yeah, of
That'd
course.
be crazy if she
Batman
did.
and Robin had that nipples.
Like
but Batgirl
accentuated
doesn't.
nipples and like accentuated abs. Like they really
Oh,
like,
yeah.
shined up the
Like it's they overdid it. So we are way off topic. Here.
abs. You're like, this isn't even remotely
I don't
fucking
even-
close to what
but
we're talking
so-
about.
We it's so far off. I don't even remember what we
We're
were
talking about
talking about.
Spider-Man Far From
But I don't
Home.
even remember how it got.
We were
there.
so far from this podcast.
So listen. So we're so I love all the Batman movies outside of that one, really. And but
we're still talking about this.
But
Okay.
Spider-Man is literally is probably my favorite superhero.
Let me explain why.
Okay, I'll tell you that. Go ahead.
I am, in myself, a nerdy dude, kind of socially awkward at times. But when I find situations I can be useful and I do well, I excel where I know how to excel at. Spider-Man was this kid, average nerdy teenager, gets bitten by a radioactive spider, and this social awkward teenager Peter Parker becomes this amazing superhero, the Amazing Spider-Man, and the Spectacular Spider-Man, whatever you want to call him. Like, he goes from zero to hero. Batman is a billionaire playboy. So, yeah, all that shit.
No.
Without being Batman, his life is amazing. Without being
Outside of having his
Spider-Man,
parents.
well, yeah, besides the dead parents, fuck off. Spider-Man didn't have mom and dad either. But that's later. That's what the Spider-Man
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, like, if he doesn't become Spider-Man, I think Peter Parker lives a kind of shitty life.
Peter Parker probably got drowned in a toilet.
Yeah. So like,
no, but that's
so
that's
like
why-
as someone who can relate to a Peter Parker, I root for that hero
so like
and being the younger one of the group.
even in say who else? Captain America. At first, like you think back, he had a pretty shitty, he had a
Oh,
shitty
you're saying
life
like there's a
too.
parallel between
Yeah.
the
Well, I'm just saying like, but Captain America became that. But Spider-Man is a kid.
and remains
Like you
it.
got to think. Like Tobey Maguire was like
Kinda
late
angsty.
20s.
He was angsty.
He was like late 20s.
Tom Holland, I think, is the best live action embodiment
Definitely.
because it's like, well, Andrew Garfield's too good looking.
Andrew Garfield was too good
Like
looking.
nobody picks on that guy. But
Well,
Tom Holland,
he didn't
he's in his
he didn't
20s.
get picked on all that much.
No, he was like this Peter Parker.
He was just the skater boy that nobody. He was antisocial. He was basically emo.
Yeah.
But I loved the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I really did.
We'll discuss that some other time. But Tom Holland He's in his
He
20s,
is, yeah, he's
but
20,
he
like
looks
22.
yeah, he looks young though.
He looks like a 12-year-old.
But he has this presence of like when he was playing Peter Parker, like in Spider-Man Homecoming, that beginning part.
Yeah.
So he's very awkward and very like super nerdy,
And
and he's
definitely
trying so hard.
He acted like a kid.
Yes,
Because Spider-Man was literally like, I think he was like 15 or 16 when he actually got bit by a
yeah.
spider. In
So
the
he's got
comic
this
books.
fun-loving
So he's
naivety,
yeah, like so he is a kid. And I know we talked about Shazam earlier,
literally being a kid.
literally being a kid, but
Spider-Man remains a kid at heart
yeah,
throughout everything, and especially like in the MCU version, when all this Thanos stuff is happening, he's still just like
yeah. You movie, you know,
Yeah.
just like he's a kid.
because and it's like exactly what happened if you put a teenager in this huge.
And I love
thing.
Spider-Man. Like I always wanted to be Spider-Man.
Same.
I'm also terrified of spiders, so maybe that's conquering the fears and
Like,
all.
eh,
So,
bite me, don't bite me.
But
Bite
yeah.
me, don't bite me.
but I'm definitely looking forward to this movie.
And also, I think one reason why I'm even more stoked is because the past 2 years I've gotten amazing Spider-Man movies. Because I saw Homecoming in theaters, and I was like, "Holy shit, they
Yeah.
did it! They fucking did
They
it!"
nailed it. They did.
The Michael Keaton was amazing.
Michael, God. Who knew
I
he
had
could play
someone try to tell me that Michael Keaton was the shitty part of that movie. I don't remember. My brother Brandon, he was like, "Yeah, Michael Keaton kind of failed there," and I was like,
Failed?
"What?" Like the way he played that character, he's like, "Well, I just don't like Michael Keaton as a villain." I was like, he's playing the Vulture, who like there's no bar set
No.
for it all, and he just fucking nails it, makes it his own. The robot wings and shit, and the twist of being the dad
the
of the
dad
girl.
of the girl.
That
he's dating.
reveal
Oh,
when
yeah.
I didn't see it coming, and that's rare. I
Yeah.
was like, there's got to be something.
I knew there was something up, but I
Something
was
gonna
kind of just
happen?
like,
Like when he opens the door when Peter knocks, I'm like, oh, all right.
oh yeah, it was great.
So like I had that amazing movie, and then this year I got into the Spider-Verse, which technically isn't part of the MCU story. It's the Miles Morales story for Sony, and it's animated. But that was amazing. It was probably one of the most amazing experiences I've had at a movie theater. This year I had two of the most amazing experiences I've had in a movie theater. So it's like, holy shit. It's fucking incredible that we've had all these good Spider-Man movies. So now it's like, if this can just stay on that bar,
I think I really don't see how it can't.
right?
Like Marvel is not messed.
Now this is going to be coming right
yes.
off of Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all going to be probably really stoked. And so hopefully we can just ride that high.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I really feel like
I don't see a world where this movie is bad
it's not
for
going to
me.
fail.
Because even if it's not as good or whatever, because I'm not expecting it to be like Endgame. Endgame has a lot of shit in it, a lot of moving parts. You know what I'm saying? This is just Spider-Man. What are you looking at?
You chill. My next movie.
But it's got, I don't know, Spider-Man Far From Home. Interesting concept for it. I'm really excited to see it, and I can almost guarantee you this is going to be a great.
It's
film.
going to be hands down.
I talked way too long. Your number 4.
Number 4, Zombieland 2. I know that was your honorable mention, but that
yes,
Zombieland
go ahead.
was I loved Zombieland. Loved that movie. Like I still watch it all the time now.
It was out of nowhere.
It was like it was a movie or like another zombie movie. That's cool. You know, you got Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, and who was the little sister?
She's from Little Miss Sunshine.
Abigail Breslin.
Yeah, Abigail Breslin.
Yeah, and it's like she was nobody really knew her, but everybody else like you got big names in it.
Bill Murray,
but obviously he was only like cameo,
but like a
he was a glorified
cameo.
cameo. So like really, you got 4 characters, and that's pretty much it throughout this entire movie. And it's just kind of like in a world full of zombies, and I hate you, and we're gonna rob you, but the movie was great. Like it's funny, it's got great action sequences. It's a good zombie movie.
Yeah.
And when I've been waiting for a second one to come out since this one because I
expected there to be.
I expected it, like, because I mean, it's not like they like just opened it up and said, "Oh, there's going to be a second," but like there was room for a second one, and with how good that movie did, I've been waiting for a second Zombieland since this came
But the
out.
fact that they took their time with it,
That's what we discussed earlier. Like the fact they took the time with it, I'm hoping the script and everything like
worked
that.
out the kinks.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna
Like where the Predator was like everything was falling apart, but they were just rushing to get it out.
Right.
With this one, it seems like they've just like, well, this didn't work. Let's try this. Let's try this.
and I'm really like, I feel like they're gonna have more. Like I don't know, like they're gonna run into a village or something. Like what's gonna happen? Like I don't know, and I think that's why I'm most excited about it because it's just like anything can happen with this, and I don't see it going wrong. So,
I think it'll be good.
I know it will be.
All right, so my number 4,
Number 4.
Lego Movie 2, the second part.
I knew this would be on yours.
Is this on your list?
It is not.
Okay, then we'll have a good discussion about it. Oh gosh. When I saw the Lego Movie, I thought it would have been on my most infuriating leading into the year
Yeah.
it came out.
Like Dora the Explorer, where you're gonna
Yes.
love Dora the Explorer.
God,
it's gonna happen.
I hope it doesn't happen. But I doubt that'll happen.
No.
But I was like, they're making a movie about fucking Legos.
Yeah, definitely. Like I
'Cause-
thought it too. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Because they already did like
they
like
had
the Lego
they had
Star
Lego
Wars
Batman and
and
Lego
shit.
Star Wars, like little
Where it's like,
hour movies
and they're like,
or whatever.
when they talk, and
Yeah.
they're like, drop a croissant and shit like that. And you're like, oh, God damn it. So I'm like, they're going to make a fucking movie out of that? So I was pissed. I was like, I'm not watching this piece of shit. But
Yeah.
then they're like, Chris Pratt's in it. I was like, Chris Pratt, because I hadn't seen Parks and Rec yet.
Right.
And he hadn't done Jurassic World yet, I don't think.
No. I don't
No, this
believe
came
so.
out before Jurassic World. So yeah, he wasn't a big name yet. So I was like, who? And they were like, Elizabeth Banks is in it. And I was like, not really. At the time, I wasn't into Elizabeth Banks either. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now I know Elizabeth Banks from a lot of things. I didn't at the time. So they were naming all these cast members. I'm like, yeah. Then they were like, Will Ferrell's in it. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, Morgan Freeman's in it. I'm like, okay.
Like it has a huge freaking cast, and that's what caught me.
Large cast.
And my son was, I think this was one of the first movies we took him to see,
Ooh.
and I think he was right around 4,
Okay. Because this was
And-
4 years ago.
and he was like, he wanted to go see. He was like, Daddy, I want to go see Lego movie. He kept asking to see. I was like, all right, fine, we'll take you to see Lego.
I think this was.
And I was like sitting back, I'm like, this is stupid. And I was like, well, it's got a lot of good cast, maybe pretty funny, And I was like, damn, that was a good movie. Like it's a good ass movie. Like it actually has story.
Okay, so
What about cheese?
I was queso cheese. I was a junior because I remember I was dating this
I
girl
had
at the time.
a kid.
I was a junior in high school. We were doing a dinner theater that I was acting in. I was dating this girl at the time, and we always did things as a group. The cast of the dinner theater, or of any play we did, we always would go out as a group, and it was usually paid for by the president, vice president. I was vice president at the time. I was a junior. Senior, I was president. And I was like, all right, guys, what do you want to do? They're like, we're going to go get Chinese food. I'm like, dope. I'm down for that. They're like, I want to see this Lego movie. And I was like, shit.
Crap, getting dragged.
And they're like, I was like, raise your hand if you want to go see the Lego movie. And everyone, including my girlfriend, raised their hand. I'm like, fuck. So I was like, I guess I'm going to go see this shitty Lego movie. So I go. And I remember I got like candy and shit. And I'm like kissing my girlfriend a little bit. And the movie starts. And I look up because I'm like, yeah, I'll get a chance. And that first scene, Will Ferrell, I laughed like a lot. I was like, what's going on here? And then by the end of the movie, I was crying when Chris Pratt almost died. And I was just like, I was a mess of like emotions of laughter and sadness. And I walked out of that movie and I was like, dude, that was fucking
It was a
epic. So
great
the next
movie.
weekend, I saw it again.
It was a really I looked up because I knew Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014 too. They both came out in 2000. So I was like, I can't remember which. And this came out first, so this was like his first
Yes,
big role.
Because he was, Star-Lord after. And it's like,
Star-Lord
ooh,
after.
this Chris Pratt guy's got something going on.
Mhm. Yeah, and then Jurassic World came out the following year.
And it's like, boom, he's cemented.
and he's done like that. His career is made. Off
Like last year, this last year he did Avengers: Infinity War and Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
No.
That's I can't even imagine what his paychecks were like for those.
Oh yeah, dude. Like Chris Pratt's making a name.
It's just like Michael B. Jordan has Black Panther
and Creed
and Creed 2.
coming out. Like Black Panther last year, Creed is coming.
No, this is Creed.
It
They're
came out
both
last
same year.
Yeah.
So like, what a year!
Yeah. And Michael B. Jordan is.
Or Jake
well,
Johnson having Tag and Into the Spider-Verse. So it's like, I was getting off the beaten path. So I haven't even talked about the movie I'm talking about yet. So anyway, I saw it, loved it, saw it twice in theaters, bought it the day it came out, and I essentially bought it on Blu-ray. Like,
so did I.
and we're covering it this
we
year
bought
on the
the
podcast.
special box
Yeah.
for Aiden and all that with like the lunchbox. And everything.
And we're covering it on the podcast this show. And so I'm like, yes. Then they're like, the Lego Batman movie came out. I watched that. I loved that.
That was a good.
Because there were so many Batman references, like obscure references. And I love the message of like, no matter what you're doing in the world, loneliness affects everybody. You need people in your life to make it worth something. Even Batman, the guy we know is a loner,
Needs
people.
Needs friends.
It's like, I like that, especially for kids.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a good. It's a
but
good,
then
that's the other thing about the Lego movies. They have good meaning for
Yes.
kids.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when this first came out, I'm like, what a blatant act of commercialism. Because they're basically selling kids Legos, which they are, but they're doing it in such a smart, creative way.
Moral too, like they got good story.
They put an excellent movie and just happen to have it being one of the biggest marketing chains in the world. Okay, that's fine. Like, sell your shit, that's fine, but you made a fantastic film. That's why advertising should be.
You made a movie with feelings that will teach good lessons.
And a
good
rewatchable, quotable movie.
Yeah.
Like fucking when you and Kitty bust in the room and she's like, business, 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 numbers, numbers, numbers. Is this working? Yes. Yay. Or when they're like, yeah, maybe you can ask your friend Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne? Who's that guy? Sounds really awesome. Like, Will Arnett's Batman is fucking amazing. With the batarangs.
I am looking forward to
when he's
like
one. Throwing on the
I like
batarangs.
the thing that they caught me on the trailer in the second one was it's like what's Chris Pratt's character's name? Emmett meets
this other character
that is also voiced by Chris Pratt, and he's like,
it's a combination.
He's introducing himself, and he's I'm a Velociraptor trainer, guardian of the universe, and because talking about
his other
because there's talks about Chris Pratt playing Indiana Jones.
So I think he says he might be like,
and he says he's an archaeologist.
Yeah, which almost confirms it.
Yeah,
and so it's like,
oh yeah. So like that right there, I was like, shit, this is gonna be hilarious. I'm down. We're good.
And
there's a part where Velociraptor, Lego, whatever, they're on the ground, they're rubbing their belly. I'm like, yeah, definitely gonna see this.
Well, and it looks like it. When you hear Lego Movie 2, you're going, shit, this is what they're gonna take what they did in the first one, lose the charm and solve the commercialism. But from the trailer,
I thought they were gonna do that with Lego Batman.
That's true. I did too.
And then I saw
I wasn't failed. But it's like, oh, this is the one where they failed.
Yeah.
And it's like from the trailer, I'm like, maybe not.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. I don't think it will.
Anymore after this, they'll be
probably
stretching it. But they got something good going on.
It's like a movie that's not on my list is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. It's because, man, they have milked that cow.
Because the first movie was so freaking good.
The second movie was
a little bit less good.
And then the television show
was terrible.
So here we go with the third movie.
And but the first, but yeah. So
I'm saying it's one on my list because it's stretching. But this one, I think if we end here, they probably won't because money. But we end here. This could be a perfect ending.
Yeah.
Because the first one did end well, but it also had that thing at the end where it's like, oh, there could be another one.
Won't end here,
I know, that's why I said because money, but it would in a perfect world.
In my world, this is going to end it. We'll go with that. Number three. So it's Glass. Unbreakable was one of my favorite movies. No, okay, it wasn't one of my favorite, but I freaking love that movie. Like, I love Bruce Willis.
It's a good one. One of M. Night Shyamalan's.
Like, it's probably one of Samuel L. Jackson's greatest roles. One of my favorite roles because he's such a good bad guy. in this movie. Like
in general.
he is a good bad guy in general, but in this, he's so diabolic and just like crazy evil. Like wants to just kill everybody. He's like perfect Lex Luthor evil. And then forever, and like I never even would have figured. And then Split comes out, and I've talked to him about this the other day. I didn't know even Split was a sequel to it, like till like a year later, and it's out on DVD. And somebody's like, "Yeah, it's a sequel to it." Bruce Willis makes an appearance at the end, and I was like, "You kidding me?" So I checked it out, and Split was phenomenal.
Yes,
Like
it was.
everything about Split was phenomenal. Like all of the storylines. So I was like, man, and that set up for the third one. And after that, I was like, I cannot wait for it. And then when they announced Glass, and I've already seen the trailer for it, and the trailer is intense. And I'm just like, it's going to be great. I cannot wait for this movie because it's something that I've watched.
Not on my list.
Over. I figured it wouldn't be.
But I am excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be the closing of the trilogy. And this is something that.
Finally, M. Night Shyamalan
what,
can consistently make 2 movies in a row.
And legitimately, that's part of the reason I didn't see Split, because I vowed never to watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie again.
Same.
Sixth
Sense, Unbreakable,
Sixth
Split,
Sense.
That's the only ones to watch.
Yeah. Like literally after
the beginning of his career and hopefully the end.
Almost after The Last Airbender, I vowed never to watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie again. I was like, I'm never watching a movie with this man's name on it. And then when somebody said it's a sequel to Unbreakable, I was like,
here we go.
Oh my God. And I debated. It was probably a month before I debated on it. I was like, I'm not doing it. And I was like, I got to, because I loved Unbreakable so much.
Like, I have to know.
I have to watch this. And he killed it. Split was psychotic. And James McAvoy did a phenomenal job in it. Like, he blew that shit out the water.
Yeah.
That's hands down his best
He's
role.
going to be in It Chapter 2, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
I like him. Like, because him and Split, I can't wait to see him back in that character in Glass.
And for the trailers, he's very prominent.
Oh, yeah. Because honestly, like, Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson are great. But seeing James McAvoy back as those characters,
and having them with the two, adds a whole new.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yes.
It's gonna be like
I think it's gonna be the first big movie of the year.
I believe
it comes out in January.
Yeah, it does. It comes out in the 19th.
Yeah,
or
I think it's the first that comes out of all these.
Yeah,
so I think this is gonna be the first like money
big hit of the year, and I will be there opening weekend.
Deserves every penny.
Oh yeah, it will. Like I'm really hoping M. Night Shyamalan did not fuck this up.
Yeah.
Because I am afraid of that, because I don't like the guy. I hate him.
And he's very incompetent.
He is. But with these, he's done it right, and I'm hoping he continues that trend.
This is one of his only like original things. Like, like this is his trilogy.
Yeah.
So it's like,
do it good. Dude, I hope he does. I've got faith in him, and it's not much, but this is going to be really good.
All right. My number 3. Toy Story 4.
That's my number 2.
So you want to talk about this together since we're right? My number 3 is number 2.
Right here. Dude, Toy Story. So when did Toy Story come out? It came out like 95, 96?
94 maybe. 95 sounds accurate though. It wasn't.
It was 95.
It was before I was born.
So I was only 4 years old when it came out, but I remember watching this movie like literally in diapers.
Same.
Not in diapers. But I
was in
remember
diapers.
watching this movie. Like, and not only that, like I watched this movie and the second one. I love these movies. And
I had the first 2 on VHS. When did the second one come out?
The second one came out in 99.
Okay, so yeah, I was 3.
I remember seeing the second one in theaters.
I didn't go to theaters. A little young.
I remember seeing the second one in theaters.
I had the first 2 on VHS, and I used to watch them especially the first one. The first one more than the second. I watched them constantly.
Dude, the first one is like, I can't even put it into a description of it, because it's just like it's classic. It's a legendary movie. It's kids movie.
One of my top movies of all time.
Oh, it's great.
It's my favorite Pixar movie of all time.
Yes,
but it's in my top 20 movies, maybe higher.
But for me, this is my childhood, and then it carried over because both my sons. When I put this shirt on, I was walking around. My 2-year-old's like, "Who dat?" Buzz. Who dat? Woody. Like he knows he's 2 and he knows who Buzz Lightyear is. And
I
who
actually
Woody
did. You
is.
have a Buzz Lightyear and Woody? I had
him. Yeah.
I had like a full scale Buzz Lightyear.
And then my 8-year-old, he was. So it was last year. I was Woody. My wife was Jessie, and Jax was Buzz. My 2-year-old was Buzz because my oldest son was in Washington with his mom at the time.
Mhm.
So it was us 3. And then when Aiden was 4, we got pictures with his. He has a monkey that's his monkey, King Louie, and we got a Buzz outfit for him. And we got pictures, his 3-year-old pictures, I think. And he both of them love watching Toy Story. That's even so. It's kind of carries over to my kids. It's
something that you loved when you were a child. They love as children,
now,
and
so
it's you could see it.
Yeah, it carries over, and
it's got to be a magic thing. Seeing
and then not only
something
that,
like that.
I haven't even. It is, and I haven't even seen a true trailer. They only have this teaser trailer out, and I've already. I
keep showing people because I'm like, you guys got to see this.
You haven't seen the Toy Story 4 teaser yet?
Watch it
Well,
now.
you have now.
Or sometimes they're like, I saw the one with the spork. I'm like, no,
no.
Other one.
No.
Key and Peele one.
Key and Peele one, and that right there.
Which again,
also,
Keegan Michael Key.
and to infinity.
And
And
your mom.
your mom. I lost it. I had to rewatch it afterwards because by the time I was done laughing,
It was over.
the trailer had been over for 5 minutes. So I had to rewatch it, and I watched it
again-
I literally watched it. For
Again, what a year for
30
Keegan
minutes.
Michael Key. He's going to be in Lion King and Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
What-
And
I
has
would
Us
be-
coming out.
Well, that's Jordan Peele.
Uh,
Jordan Peele has Us and Toy Story 4. Either way, I'd love to have those careers.
Yeah.
God damn, they're doing such great things.
yeah. But I don't even know what the storyline is yet.
I don't either.
But I'm going to see it.
I
don't
saw an
care.
interview with Tim Allen,
I love Tim Allen.
and
Tom Hanks.
he said this has the most heart
It's going to make me cry.
that we've had in a Toy Story film.
That saddens me because Toy Story 3 was rough.
Well, he said, he's like, if you didn't cry at any of the Toy Story movies, this is going to be the one that'll hit you the hardest. I'm like, the fuck are you going to do?
They're gonna kill them.
Because I have a story about Toy Story 3. So again, as a kid, I had the VHS tapes of 1 and 2. I used to carry them around when I'd stay at my aunt's and shit because I would watch on repeat. Toy Story 3 came out. I was in 8th grade.
So that came out in 2010, right? I remember it was 2009, 2010 because I worked at Family Video and we got to our store
No,
got
sorry,
tickets.
I was in 7th grade. 7th grade. About 5 years later, I graduated. So yeah, so I was in 7th grade and I was on my first date.
My first date was Holes. Disney.
And we went to go see this movie. And the scene where they're going toward the incinerator and they're holding hands, I was crying.
Oh, on your date. That's cool.
Yeah, and so I'm on this date, and I didn't want this girl to see me crying, so I had this big popcorn bucket. I stuck my head in it, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I got salt in my eye," but I'm profusely crying because that's for me, it's oh my god, these things I grew up with, they're gonna die.
There for a second, I actually
thought it was
they
gonna
were
end like
die.
that.
I thought they were gonna be
"Holy
all right.
shit!"
In my heart, I'm like, no way. But I'm like, oh
They're
my
getting
God.
closer and closer.
They're gonna die, and then the aliens save them.
Yeah.
So for me, that was a really hard part. But the hardest part for me
And
was the end.
where Andy's playing with them for the
Well,
last-
Andy's not even Andy's playing with him for the last time, but as he's giving them to the little girl,
She's explaining,
and he's explaining to who they are, and oh, this is the potato head, and they're and this is Rex,
and he's
this
also
is,
known as One-Eyed Bart.
this
or
is
whatever,
Wiener, yeah,
and
this is
then,
Wiener
Rex
Doll, and
his
gives them the
dinosaur.
story that we saw. In
We
the
saw
first
him
two
playing
movies.
with.
It's just and then you see
Yeah.
that, and then at the bottom of the box is Woody, and he goes, "How'd you get in here, buddy?"
He was going to take him to college.
And he takes him out.
and he
And
contemplates it.
Woody was at the little girl's house already,
Yeah.
and she sees him and she recognizes him. He goes, "Cowboy," and he's he pulls Woody to him, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, you can't do this to me right now!" It was heart wrenching.
Because we all have that one
Because
thing.
seriously, he pulls Woody out and he's just like, well, how'd you get in here, buddy?
Like I was gonna
Like
take
he's
you.
literally
Yeah.
talking to his toy. He's going to college, a 18-year-old kid, and he goes talking to his toy like his friend. How'd you get in here, buddy?
His best friend.
His best friend. And he's just like, how'd you get in here, buddy? And the girl instantly notices. He goes, cowboy, and reaches for it.
And he's like,
And he like jerks it back. And then the girl like gets scared. And it's just like that whole scene with that right there was the saddest part. Because it's like, then he gives it to the girl. And straight up, like, it's like, dude, that right
I
there,
can't
man,
do this
it's
right now.
rough. Like, it was rough, man.
because like it's like for us, like this is something we grew up with, and what a way to.
Like, like that could have been the closer, and I would not
Right,
have been
yeah.
mad.
But
But
if this
the
one
fact
is
that
done
they're doing
right,
Toy Story 4, I'm super excited.
just because it's a Toy Story movie, I'm
Dude,
gonna be there.
seriously.
Even the shorts that they made on TV, like Toy Story
yes,
Terror and
the
shit.
Toy Story Tour.
I
don't
watched
know.
them.
Oh yeah, I have the DVD, like the specials.
Yeah,
The DVD.
it
Specials.
was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Where they're at the hotel and they're like all the toys are like, oh no.
They're in a horror movie.
Yeah.
and then they're like,
You
no,
know,
it's just a lizard.
it's-
And then
you
like,
know,
we
it's
get out of
funny.
here. Combat Carl with the one with the one
Right.
arm. Carl Weathers, it's fucking Apollo Creed.
But
Combat
and
Carl.
then at the end, like after he gets all the toys, and then he does play with them just one last time with the little girl, and then all the new toys, and it's just kind of like, all right, Andy. I really hope to see Andy again.
Do you think it would? Think we will? I don't think we will. We did see Sid though in the third movie. We didn't think
Yeah.
we'd see Sid again.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
that'd be
I
hard.
really,
Dude.
I think we will. I think that might be that heart wrenching moment.
Is Andy coming back to them?
Andy, like,
Like seeing them?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what the timeline of this.
I don't either.
Is this like
no? I don't think anybody knows anything about it.
what if she's old enough now, and like
That-
she's got to give them up, and like where do we go from here?
And then she
And
gives
then
them
her-
Andy's kids.
Well, that would be
Stop. We
Yeah,
gotta stop.
dude.
Can't
dude.
do it. All right.
because her toys like Trixie and Mr. Prickle Pants and everything, like they're new, but it's like where do they go?
Yeah, and I like, and then I think there's a clue in the Key and Peele trailer.
Well, they're at a
They're
carnival.
at a carnival, so that makes me
Does she
think.
lose
like,
them in a carnival?
does that crossed my mind? Like they get lost,
And they're just stuck at a carnival overnight?
and they're stuck at a carnival, and all the carnival toys are around.
Or maybe they're packing up the carnival in the
Something, like,
morning.
you
Like,
know, I
maybe she
don't-
has to get back there and get them before.
I don't know.
'Cause, I mean, a lot of Toy
let's
Story
not talk
plots-
about it.
A lot of Toy Story plots with the toys being left somewhere.
Oh,
that
yeah.
need to be gotten.
So
And
I
they're
don't know.
talking because Key and Peele are like prizes.
But I almost put this at my number one.
You
I
can't go beyond
almost
infinity,
put this-
man. That's
I
illogical.
almost put this at my number one. You don't know nothing about
About
science.
science.
But like, oh god, it was like that trailer. I'm gonna watch it upstairs before I go to bed. It's insane.
I'm gonna watch the end of Toy Story 3 before I go to bed.
It's downstairs.
I'll just pull it up on YouTube and cry a little
But
bit.
yeah, so I cannot wait. So
Ah,
let's
yeah.
go to your number 2 so we can get off the sad talk.
Number
already know.
2,
Star Wars 9.
Star Wars 9.
I knew it.
My throat's starting to hurt, so I'm gonna try to kind of get through this.
It's been 2 hours. This is the longest podcast we've had, but I'm not even mad.
This is a good
This
one.
has been a fun one. So we'll keep,
We'll keep the level.
I know our number 1 is the same.
Yes, so we'll talk about that
It's
together.
all
but
good.
Star Wars 9.
Star Wars 9.
Obviously,
Have at it, buddy.
I'm a Star Wars fan,
Huge.
fanatic. If you've ever, you'll see my.
And I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not a fanatic as himself.
You'll see my
but
Nerd
I do
Kingdom one
love
day.
all of Star
There is a lot of
Wars.
Star Wars shit in my Nerd Kingdom, including a BB-8 robot that works.
Of course.
I have a lot of shit. Anyway, I remember my first. I didn't get into Star Wars until I was 11.
Mhm.
That's actually kind of late. A lot of people get it a little earlier than that. And Spike TV used to run like the marathons
I remember.
of like Phantom Menace through.
Well, I had seen
Jedi?
Star Wars. When did episode 1 come out? 2001?
1999.
1999. So I had seen Star Wars. I think it was right before episode 1 had come out. And we were traveling down to Nashville, Tennessee to see my aunt and uncle. And we were staying there with my parents. Of course, my dad stopped at an antique mall. And they did the thing. And then I think I was 7. and 7-year-olds in an antique mall, not fun. So I'm walking around and I see this. I still have it. It's downstairs. This VHS collector set of Star
Is
Wars.
it gold?
Gold.
I have it
Darth
too.
Vader.
I have it too.
I have it. And I saw it. And I think my parents gave me some money to spend. Like, here, you can buy whatever you want. And it was on the way down there. So it's like, we're literally like halfway there. Nashville's only like a 5-hour drive, I think. So we're not, and I'm like, I want that. And it was like $20. And my mom was like, that's almost all your vacation money. You sure you want that? And I was like, yes, I want it. Because I've seen the Star Wars before and I liked them.
You wanted to see them all.
But I
together.
hadn't
Back to
been
back
able to. And when I bought that, went to my aunt and uncle's house and I watched them all that night. Like, I stayed up late and I watched them all at night. And that was the moment that I was like, I'm done. I'm it. This is it. Darth Vader, just yeah, dude. Like, that was it. That was my moment right there.
Yeah, you know how much I got that set for when I actually bought it?
How much?
50 cents. And it was brand new, like factory. I watched them, so I opened it. Like, each tape has been watched one time, but 50 cents.
Oh, I watched those tapes so much.
Well, because I then got it on DVD and now Blu-ray. So I have just about, and I not only have the gold set, I have the blue, purple, and green set as well. So yeah.
Cool.
But my first experience with Star Wars, I was 11 years old. Spike TV did like Phantom Menace through Jedi. Like, they would play them like certain weekends of the year. And I saw it was coming on. And I was like, okay, I'll watch Phantom Menace about to start. I'm like, I'll watch this. See, I used to watch movies all weekend. That was like what I would do, is I would go home from school and just watch movies. That's what I would do. I loved that. I watched Phantom Menace and I was like, that's pretty good. I'm gonna watch 2. I watched Attack of the Clones because I didn't know the order or the timelines or anything at the time. Watched Attack of the Clones. I'm like, yeah, all right. And I watched Revenge of the Sith. I'm like, holy shit.
Revenge of the Sith is solid.
And then I watched the original trilogy, and I remember because I recorded them, and so I went to bed after watching Revenge of the Sith, and I woke up at 9 a.m., which is like rare for a child like who's like 11 to like not want to sleep in. Woke up at 9. I sprinted to the living room, turned it on, and I watched the original trilogy twice.
It's funny because I remember seeing Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith all in theaters.
See, I 99, I was 3. Wasn't really much of a movie goer.
I got all of them in the theater, so.
See, so
sucks.
Again, I watched all of them. I bought them. I watched them like on VHS. I would again and again and again. And there was like no Star Wars in theaters, obviously, since like Revenge of the Sith. But I remember when Attack of the Clones, the show came out, watched the shit out of that.
Well, they had before they had Attack of it was just Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yeah, Clone Wars.
They had
a movie.
They had the movie, but there was like shorts, and they had shitty animation.
But I watched those.
Yeah, I watched that, and I was like, "Ooh, buddy."
And then but when I watched the Clone Wars show,
the Clone Wars show is
holy shit, this is awesome.
The whole Clone Wars show is badass.
And I've watched Rebels since, and Rebels is amazing as well.
Not seen Rebels.
My bed sheets at home are Star Wars Rebels. Those are the ones I went to college with. Those are the ones I lost my virginity on. Like, sorry, Star Wars is my shit. Before the Star Wars sheets, it was wrestling bed sheets, so I upgraded a little bit.
Oh, quite a bit.
Because it was John Cena and The Undertaker, and no girl wanted to get on that. So, but yeah, and then I was a senior, I think, when 2015 is when Force Awakens comes out. Maybe 2016. I think
it was 16. Nope, 15. You're right.
Okay, so I'm a senior in high school. Biggest Star Wars fanatic. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows me as the Star Wars guy. They announce Force Awakens. I lost my shit. I was like, oh my God, there's a Star Wars movie and I'm going to see it in theaters. And I went to the opening night. I went to the theater with my cloak and my lightsaber in hand, my working lightsaber that does like the
Mhm.
the batteries
I
went
got
out
the
on
Darth Maul.
since, but I had the Yoda. I'm there at the theater, and the the opening crawl starts. Da!
Oh, dude, I remember being.
I cried.
We went opening night. Me and my buddy went opening night too, and like that place. Like I have been at opening nights for Iron Man, Captain America, like a lot of superhero movies, pretty much all of them. Back when I was in high school, that anything that came out, me and my buddies went. Dark Knight, I was at opening night for Dark
Mhm.
Knight and Dark Knight Rises. Uh, like midnight showings. This is when midnight showings was still a thing. Like it was at the midnight showings, and but when we were at the opening night for Force Awakens, like that popped up. I have not been in a crowd gone so bazonkos ever, except for that.
I cried for two reasons. One, the child in me was like, I am seeing a Star Wars movie in
In
theaters.
theaters.
So I'm crying. But what I'm also crying at is there is a couple in front of me. The girl is dressed like Leia. The guy is, sorry, not Leia. She's dressed like Padme, and the guy's dressed like Anakin. And they got their little son who's like 5, dressed as like a young Luke. And I met them in line, and they're like, yeah, we saw them as kids, like the original shit. Like they were older, but they just like our youngest son. Like we saw them, then we saw the prequels, and they're like, now this is his first Star Wars film. So me and this kid are having the same thing because he had watched all of them on DVD, but he was like, I'm gonna see Star Wars in theaters. I'm like, me too. And when the crawl came up, he jumped up in his seat and was like, I made it, I'm here. And I was like, me too.
Yeah, dude. Like
And then I cried again when Han died, and then I cried when it was over because I knew I would have to wait 2 more years to the next installment.
when Han died, like literally, like I saw it in IMAX, so it was the theater was huge. Like the IMAX theater here is like 2 or 3 times bigger than the other theaters. When Han died, man, like I could hear people crying. I didn't cry. I wanted to, but the man in me was like, "Fuck you." I didn't, but
I did. I couldn't
no,
do it.
I was like, I was in shock. Like I watered, and I was like, I was like, nah, that didn't just happen. He's not dead. And then when he fell over, like, oh my god. But I seriously like, a guy goes, Han, no! Like somebody screamed out, like Han, no!
Yes, because like,
Like,
this is
seriously.
people like me. This is our life.
Like,
So it's like,
dude, not like but it's the Star Wars seeing that in those in theaters, and I was at opening night for The Last Jedi too.
I was as well. Now I went and saw Rogue One, and that was awesome.
Rogue One was great.
But then I saw
I didn't see Solo in theaters.
I saw Solo in theaters
I
as
did
well.
not. Because I was
Me and my
really
girlfriend at the time
skeptical
were both
about it.
really into it. But Rogue One, that was a great experience too. But I saw Last Jedi, and I didn't cry, but it was a big toothy grin the
Yeah.
whole way through. And I saw
yeah.
this thing twice in theaters. A lot of people are like, it's a terrible movie. It's the worst movie of all time. I'm like, no, it's not the worst movie of all time.
You're so wrong.
Not the best Star Wars movie. Has its problems, but it's not the worst. Definitely not the worst movie. I don't know if you people just don't watch shitty movies, because I watch a lot of shitty movies, and this isn't close. But Star Wars 9, there's so many questions I have at the end of
So
Last
many.
Jedi. Like, there's like, I had 100 questions going into The Last Jedi, and I have about 1,000 questions going into this one. And I know this is it. This ends everything.
This is the end game.
And The Last Jedi kind of, whereas Empire, which is one of my favorite films
Yeah.
of all time, best Star Wars movie of all time, has the meat of the original trilogy. It didn't do that. It didn't have the meat. So it seems like they're saving the meat for the end, because
I
I
hope
think
so.
Jedi is of the original trilogy the one that lacks.
Mhm.
So it's like, I think maybe they're saving it all for this. And I hope we just get one big action-packed, crazy-ass movie and just end it.
One of the things about Last Jedi, and well, this final trilogy, is you never found out who Snoke was,
Or why he was
or
important.
why he was
or
important. It
How
was
he got
just like,
power. And
he's
what he
powerful,
is.
and then he dies.
It's It's like
I don't want to.
Ryan Johnson kind of. This is a small tangent. Ryan Johnson's kind of unwrit what JJ did. He's like, "Whoa, Snoke's this guy, he's dead. Oh, Phasma's this person, she's dead. Rey is nobody's connection. Fuck off, JJ."
Yeah.
But now JJ made 9, so it's like he's gonna be like, "All right, let's get this back in the right direction." So people were kind of pissed off about The Last Jedi. Now let's get this good. I don't even know what it's gonna be called. There's no name. It's just Star Wars 9.
It's
still. Plus, when
post production,
as everyone knows, with Star Wars films, during the production, all the way up to the film is released, it's very close.
Very.
Like
you
their
only know
scripts
what they
are
want
like
you to
coded. You only have your lines when you're in the movie, and you have to have a passcode to read your script, and it changes all the time. So like, it's under lock and key because I know about the script leaking shit. I mean, I think that's what happened with Phantom Menace. Is the script got leaked. So it's like they were fucking around on the new one. So no one knows what Part 9 is except for the people involved. But if it can be even anything like Force Awakens, everyone's gonna love it.
Yeah, I think people will get over The Last Jedi. I liked The
Last Jedi. It's not the greatest. It has some boring moments.
The only thing that I have not liked about this one is Snoke. That's literally the only thing I haven't liked.
I'm gonna go ahead and you know what my number 1 was. Okay, so that's Part 9. That's my Star Wars fandom.
Really looking forward to that. Number 1.
We have the same number 1.
Number 1, because I mean,
it's a lot.
Anybody, I guarantee you, anybody that's seen, what is it? Avengers Endgame. Anybody that has seen Marvel movies, period. Like if you go through watching Iron Man, like you're like,
if you've been on the journey,
and then if you've seen through the Infinity Wars, you're like, oh my god, like I have to know
because that's my thing.
What is going on right now?
If you would have asked me at the start of last year, between Star Wars 9 and Avengers Endgame, what my most anticipated would be, it would have been Star Wars 9. But after Infinity War, that movie put me at such a emotional roller coaster that I'm like, I have to see.
Infinity War has been one of the it's got to be the biggest cliffhanger of all time. Gotta be.
Yeah, most unexpected.
Like seriously, like I saw that, and like the first thing I remember I saw it with my best friend.
After I had been telling you about, like it's crazy, it's fucking crazy.
It did because I think I was working a lot of overtime when it came out, so I couldn't go to the weekends.
I just kept sending you my reactions, and you kept sending me memes back.
Yes, yeah, I remember that. So I went and saw it, and first thing I looked over at him, and I was like, "This movie has to come out now." Because I could not, which I survived. I don't know how, but the fact I had to wait a year for this, and that's literally like seriously, I can't tell you how many times we have talked about what's gonna happen.
Because we did that with Infinity War. Me and you came up with 100 scenarios.
Hundreds, like we talked. That's what we talked about. Work. At that time, I was still in line, so we worked by each other all the time. That's what we did. We talked about what's gonna happen
in Infinity War. What's gonna happen all day,
and we were not even close.
Hardly anything we said was even close to accurate.
The two things that we were like is gonna happen didn't happen. Which is
we did with Loki dying. We did get that. We did get that. But we got it quick. We got it quick.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
too quick.
Ooh,
sad.
Like when that happened, then I was like, oh. I shouted out in the theater, which I never do.
Yeah.
Because he killed him. And I was like, oh shit, that was fast. Like. And then the guy next, across me, was like, "They're not fucking around." Like everyone in the theater was like looking out to like we were all experiencing this together.
That's my favorite. Like it's because like
children were crying.
Like we talk about Star Wars, like Star Wars is probably most, but the Marvel universe, not DC. Because I've been to opening on DC's. It's not the same.
No.
Marvel universe is right next under Star Wars.
It's got a fandom.
Because it's got a fandom.
People the MCU.
Go there. The MCU.
Because they know they're in for at least a borderline great movie. Like it could be really good, could be meh, but they know they're not going to get bad.
It's not going to be a bad movie.
They got a slope that they can hit.
Like, and I mean,
and you can bring your kids to it.
Oh yeah, except Deadpool.
But even with Infinity War, there were some kids that were very confused.
Yeah,
like there was a 6-year-old that's kind of like over there. I kept looking to see like what he was thinking because I'm like, what would I think if I was 6? Like when Hulk got the shit kicked out of him, I looked over at that kid's like, what? That's the
That's
Hulk.
the Hulk. So I saw it, and then a couple days later, my 8-year-old, he was about 7, and I was 7 at the time still. He was like, Daddy, he said, I want to go see new Avengers movie. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm like, are you sure? So we're seeing it, and after we see it, he goes, did they all die? And I'm like, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Like I had to explain to a 7-year-old.
I know you don't know how the plot's gonna go later.
Spider-Man and Groot and all his superhero friends died.
And for kids, that's like what the fuck?
And then so also this is kind of funny, but we went to the drive-in later on. It was around the Ant-Man and Wasp came out, and we did not see him. We saw a couple other movies, Uncle Drew and something else.
But
Ant-Man and Wasp was on, and because I wanted to see it, but we went to see the wife and the niece got their way. So we sitting in line for something. I was in line to get food, and I'm not looking at the screen because it's behind me, and Aiden is like watching it, and it's getting over, and he goes, Daddy. He starts trying to talk about it. I'm like, shut up. Like I told him to shut up. I'm like, don't tell him to shut up. I was like, shut up, Aiden. Don't you talk to me about the movie. Because he likes to, like, if he sees a movie that you haven't seen, he will be like, what? Wait till this part happens. And you're like, so he was like, I was like, don't do it. He started talking with like the post-credit scene about like he saw like the Hank Pym and all them disappear and stuff, which you still haven't seen Ant-Man happen.
I know what happens.
Yeah, I told you what happens. But he saw them disappear, and he goes, Daddy, and he told me, it was like, but it happened in Groot, they disappeared like Groot. And I'm like, I don't want to know who disappeared. I don't want to know anything else. I was like, hey, just shut up.
You don't understand what you're doing to me emotionally?
I did. I was like, you don't get it. It's okay. I'm not mad. Just shut up.
Like, I need a minute.
And I can't tell you, like for like months, all he did until I finally saw him in Wasp, he was like, trying to talk about it. He was like, yeah, the ending. I was like, Aiden. So yeah, but yeah, like I mean, just like this year has been rough, just because I'm constantly thinking about it, and I cannot wait to see these guys.
Because you're like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do? Like I have my thoughts.
Yeah,
my thoughts, obviously.
But yeah, clearly, like last time, and we've talked about what Endgame's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be right.
No,
that's okay though, because what they made was something that's
so much better than what we could.
Okay, I'll go on record. Infinity War is the most emotional I've been in a movie theater because it's like I was laughing my ass off at certain points. I was like tense, like, oh my God, is this it? Is this it? Like I was on the edge of my seat for things. I was crying at some moment. There was a couple key moments. I was crying at some moments. I was all over the fucking place.
Dude, like the part where Thanos snaps his fingers and everybody starts, I don't know, disappearing or
I call it ashing.
Ashing, and I don't really like that. Ashing, it's
Everyone's
too close to ashing.
Ashed.
But like everybody's just disappearing and non-existing anymore.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like you get Bucky right off the bat, which is right in front of Cap. And
that one didn't hurt me though.
But see, I don't think it hurt because you're kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, you're confused.
Yeah, you're confused. But the more I watched it again, and I'm like, how do you think Cap felt? Nobody knows what's going on, and then Bucky just
watching
disappears,
his friend
and it's just like that is the most confusing thing ever. Like where so the Iron Man and Spider-Man, they have an idea what's going on because you see
they saw the rest of them do it.
You see Mantis disappear. You saw
Drax
disappear. You see
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord disappear.
So they know what's happening.
And it's so like, but
I think them knowing what's happening to him
made it more rough.
Yeah.
But for Cap though,
he had no idea. And his best friend is gone.
Same for everybody else. Like when Black Panther disappeared, and I can't never remember her name.
Yeah.
But the main guard, she was kind of like she was confused. Like she had no idea. Nobody. And then, but see, so Spider-Man's is definitely the roughest.
For many reasons.
But to me, Groot's got me really bad. Especially the more I watch it. And after what you found out he was saying in his little language.
Yeah.
So bad. Like it hurts so bad.
Because Rocket Like that Rocket
Like
his
what
character.
he says, dad, like
It's like father. Or
father,
something like
basically,
that, like a
it's
question
like
mark.
father question mark.
Like,
'Cause,
what's
they
happening?
wrote out the script. They have a script that is whenever a Groot says "I am Groot," it's
It's what he's
what
saying.
he is saying.
That way, when he's saying it, there's a little bit of emotion he can put into it.
yeah,
I am Groot, like sassy or something like
like
that.
like when he says "I am Groot," when he's ashing, like
It's like
it's
confused and
sad and
tearful.
confused. Like he's like, and it's like almost like he's saying help in a sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Rocket's just like, no.
But
And I'm like, no.
and the other thing in the Endgame trailer, you see Iron Man stuck in this ship, and you see Cap, and you see Black Widow,
Hawkeye.
and you see Hawkeye as Ronin, supposedly.
But we speculated that Hawkeye would be in this.
Yes.
So we got something
We got
right.
something right. We know that. We also, I guarantee you, we got it right. His family's gone.
Yes.
That's why he's gone Ronin.
Which is
gonna be
badass.
badass.
I'm so excited for
Yes,
that.
cannot wait. But I have not seen Rocket in a trailer.
No, I haven't either.
I want to know what's going on with Rocket.
Yeah.
So bad.
He had all
Like-
his team is gone. It's
Like,
just him.
I'm thinking he's in Wakanda or something.
Like with
With like
Black Panther's crew.
Yeah, kind of, because like, the talking raccoon ain't gonna go out in the real world, especially after everybody just fucking disappeared.
Right. And also, oh my god,
There's so much.
so many questions.
We've already been talking.
Also,
2
one
hours
with
and 20
Iron Man.
minutes.
What the fuck happened to Nebula? Nebula's alive.
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
Like she didn't Ash.
No, she didn't.
So why is she not with him?
Maybe
she
the
took-
spaceship.
Yeah, maybe she left.
No, maybe she's the spaceship. Like, here, use my part. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
I was like,
That's
that
not
would be
serious.
weird.
I don't know. Maybe she's on the ship too. They just didn't show
Show,
her.
show her like
Like,
they're
yeah.
trying to keep it under. It was a teaser trailer.
Yeah, it was.
Which I'm fine with. I don't
But
need to see
like
much.
that's probably it. Like, because it's a spaceship. She's probably on the ship, and then I guarantee like it'll be like he'll be talking and she'll come up and be like, "Are you still talking to that
Yeah.
stupid mask of
Like, she'll
yours
be
or something like
set-
that?" Being very
'Cause
Nebula like.
she has no family.
No, like
Gamora's dead.
Spoiler alert. Shit.
People should have seen it.
If you haven't seen this, don't watch our podcast.
Like, it's been out for a long time now. And everyone wanted to watch it.
Oh,
It's probably it made a fuck ton of money. Yeah,
But like, I feel like
we're talking
After-
about Endgame. now.
after Infinity War, though,
That's what bumped it up to 1 for me. Is because it's like I gotta know.
Oh,
I
it-
have
like,
to know what
when
happens.
he mentioned this to me, I think it was yesterday, right, or 2 days ago.
about doing this.
Yeah, about doing this. I already knew.
Yeah,
what-
I knew
I
too
instantly
that
knew.
Endgame was
And
my
I
one.
knew his would be.
We
Endgame.
knew we're
Like,
like
I
we
was
know
like,
what our number
like I
one
said, I
is.
already know what your number one is, but I need to look up other movies. Coming
Yeah,
out.
and like get the rest of the list.
But I mean,
I think
without a doubt, I'm like on edge of my seat trying to figure out what's going on. I cannot wait.
yeah, and like it's gonna have the star power. Like
It is.
because a lot of the people were like, how can you get that many heroes in a movie and have them all treated equally?
I thought that
We got it,
I thought that
Infinity
for,
War did it.
I thought it for Avengers for one,
but it
and
worked.
Avengers: Age of Ultron, and it worked. And,
And
then
then
when
Civil War.
they saw it, and then Civil War, and then
They started
well,
going
in
into
Civil
other
War they
people's
have even more.
films.
So I was like, man, they're really cramming these superheroes. And I was like, they're doing a great job of it though.
But it's like, what's the cap?
And then Infinity War, I was like, that's a lot. Like, you're adding Guardians, you're
And
adding Doctor
Wakandans.
Strange, you're adding Wakanda, you're adding Black Panther again, and all the others. And I'm just like, that is a lot.
And yet everybody
yet
was
it-
represented equally. I
Like there was
think.
3 different storylines going on.
Yes, and but they meshed so well.
Yeah. It was.
But
I cannot wait for this movie.
I can't wait. But Spider-Man for me, because we got Homecoming strategically before that,
Yes,
because it shows the relationship between Tony
it did. It
Tony
was smart.
and Peter. That like Tony's kind of like dad,
Yeah.
and Tony even kind of thinks of him as a kid.
Because like
Because-
that thing I tagged you in,
Yeah,
it's like that was in Homecoming when he said that, I believe,
Yes.
right? And it said like when Homecoming he was like, if anything was to happen for you, I'm look out for you more because I would feel responsible if you were to get hurt or die.
like it's on me.
It would be on me,
And then
and that's why he was telling him that's why he was looking out for him so hard, and he has all these restrictions on him because
Yeah.
his life
is in his hands,
hands.
and he feels totally responsible for him,
So I never thought of it,
like that.
but and when Spider-Man is ashing away, And he's like, I'm sorry. I never thought of like, I'm sorry. Like, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I failed you.
No, it's
Not, I'm sorry I failed you or whatever you want to think it was. It's because I'm sorry because I 100%, God, this is it. But it's because Peter remembers that conversation and now knows that Tony blames himself and he's
And
going
is
to
gonna
have to
live with
He's going to
that.
have to live with that. So he's apologizing.
for
I
that,
guess it is in a sense for failing, but it's so
but
much
apologizing for having what he's
deeper
gonna have to go
for
through
what he's going to have to go through.
in his own death.
In his
thought
own
of
death, he was
Tony.
still thinking of Tony, and that makes that even more hard.
But this the whole like I don't want to go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the doctor. I don't know which doctor that was.
Oh, that was
The 11th, the 10th, where he's like, I don't want to go, and it's like when someone is like telling that they don't want to die and
Like
they're
that-
dying, it's hard to hear.
Since you're going to go ahead and talk about that, that was the most heart wrenching moment for Dr. Who. Having David Tennant, he looks up at the screen, he goes, I don't want to go. Because he was my favorite.
Yeah.
Doctor. We're not talking
about that.
Sorry.
But like that's how that Spider-Man scene was for me. It's he's just like, I don't want to go, and Tony's like, I don't want you to go either.
It's rough.
I'm gonna have to go downstairs and watch Infinity War. Cry a little bit.
All
right. So that's our list. That's what we're looking forward to most. One of my goals this year, besides my huge workload, is to go to the theater more to see some more things as they come out. Because sometimes I miss them, and I'm like, God damn it, I
you don't
missed
even
it.
realize.
Yeah, it just flies by. So I'm like, I really want to go.
Because I'm like, I'll go next weekend.
And then it takes forever to come out to video, and I'm like,
and you got that. That's when you think about it nonstop.
Because you're like, oh man, I really wish I would have saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, my goal is to see these things in theaters and more. Wow, my voice is going out because we have talked so much.
2.5 hours.
Final thoughts before we end this monster of a podcast.
There is a lot of movies coming out this year, and these probably about 20 that we talked about all together almost.
Or bad and good.
Bad and good, and even the bad ones I am looking forward to seeing.
Like I said, one of them I am guaranteed to see.
So, but there's so much good movies coming out this year. There are so many.
Go out, have a good time at the movies. Comment, let us know what you're looking forward to.
If there's something that maybe we forgot,
we didn't talk about that you think is mentioned. Comment the ones you want to see. Comment the ones you don't want to get made. If you go and see these movies, feel free to come back to this. Comment then. Let us know. Reach out to the Film Vomiters.
We're here for you.
We're here for you. We're
if
doing.
You need some words of wisdom.
We're doing the work for you. All right. Thanks for tuning into the Film Vomit Podcast. My name again is Mac Taylor.
And I'm DJ.
And welcome to 2019.
Have a good night.